Hey.
Welcome.
Oh, what do you got there? Oh, silver bullet. Very nice.
A little classy drink.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Well, we're doing a Friday
Friday
pod. So,
edition.
from what I understand, you've already got a couple of drinks in your system, huh?
A few. One, two, three, four.
Let me bring my counter down. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. We'll start from
Start,
scratch. Yeah. You got a
start
little. You
off
got a
square.
little warm up before the game. You know.
Yeah. Getting loose.
All right. Well, we are on 11/11. Make a Wish Day. The World Cup is in 9 days.
Veterans Day shout out.
Uh,
9 days
9 days.
away.
9 days.
9
And
days
hopefully
away.
there are no more injuries to players
I
leading
know.
up to the
One
World
one
Cup.
more weekend to get through.
I think it's insane that they have them playing this weekend.
I know. I can't believe it, and I can't. I'm really interested to see how many people actually play or
Right?
find a
If I
reason.
were if I were a
Find
player
a
in the World
reason.
Cup, I'd be like, man, I'm coming down with like a cough or something. Like I just
Oh,
want to like,
dude. Yeah. Tweak my right calf. Yeah.
especially if you're like on a team that's 20 guys deep, like a Man City or something. But like, you guys will be fine without me. Just let me chill, and we'll beat. I forget who they're playing this week, but someone they should smash, even with their second
Yeah.
string. Like, play the fucking young kids and let me get in this World Cup, like,
Yes.
injury
Let
free.
me make it through, man. Please.
I know
Just,
exactly, exactly.
um,
Um, so yeah, we'll see. But first, today we are going to go through our first half of the groups, Group A to D, and we're
yep.
going to go a deep dive into both. Um, we
We'll
have some drinking
do some.
rules. I listed them in the description if you want to see it. Um, we currently have no viewers watching it, so no one is seeing that description. But if a viewer joins, one of the rules is we drink. So we'll see if we get one. Are you about to join?
See if we get any viewers.
Oh, could we get a secret viewer? I don't
Oh,
know.
who is it?
Who
Oh,
is
somebody's live.
it? I wonder if I could. Let's see if I could join on my phone.
It's all about nothing. All right. Well, yeah. So talking about the rules, so we got them listed down below. So at the start of every show, we'll go through our. We'll take a look at last week and the rules that we check in on. We check in on our Pick'em League, Fantasy League, prop bets that we have from the week before, and then any red cards. So unfortunately, we waited too long for the Friday night episode to get the results of the Pick'em League. So we'll both have to take a drink there. No results mean drink. In fantasy, pretty good showing last week from both of us. So Austin took second place for the week with 61 points. I was just behind at 59 in third place. So top half finishes for
I'll
both of
take
us.
that for me.
I'll take that for sure.
But I got another injury with one of my new players. I picked up Mitrovic for 1 week. Of course, he gets injured, and I still have. I can't make enough transfers to get a fully healthy squad. It's so fucking dumb.
So yeah, new drinking rule is anytime Austin has a player on his fantasy team get injured, he has to drink
So
every
let's go.
week.
Let's go down the laundry list of just the ones I can remember. So James out. I think he was out first. I replaced him with Chilwell out. Uh, I'm not going to count Haaland. He was only out for a week. But Anthony got hurt. And then who was the other midfielder I had? I can't even remember. I picked up Tony and he got suspended. And then Mitrovic is the latest victim of my team.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
I-
people may have heard of the Drake curse, but now we have the Steve's curse.
Dude, I have my fantasy curse. Yeah, so my who did I pick up this week to replace Mitrovic? I think it was I can't remember, but maybe I shouldn't say his name because maybe he won't get hurt this week.
Yeah, I was hoping you weren't picking up the guy I picked up.
Who'd
I had
you pick
Mitrovic
up?
as well?
Who'd you pick up?
I think I picked up. I had to do some juggling with the amount of money I had left in the payroll, so I think I picked up like Solanke or someone.
Oh, you know who I picked up? Skamaka.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, look out. He, he
I
might pull a
don't
hammy.
have him on my team, so good pickup.
Yeah. You're safe. So we have two mystery viewers. So
two. Shout out.
cheers to
Mr.
you.
Viewers. Cheers.
All right.
All right. So then we in the midst of our 2-hour episode last week, we in that 2 hours time frame, we somehow forgot to make any prop bets. So we don't have any prop bets to go over from last week. But there were 2 red cards last week, so 2 more drinks for us there. We had Cancelo on Man City and then Semedo on Wolves, both first half red cards, which changed the games.
What happened in that? Because I actually didn't watch that game.
That's funny you say that because I'm blanking now on the exact incident. I remember watching them both.
Yeah.
The Cancelo one, I'm getting them mixed up now.
Yeah. I'm in World Cup brain.
Yeah, no, I can't even remember now. But Cancelo was like the 25th minute or something. It was early. And then the Semedo one happened in late injury time in the first half. It was one of those, it's like just get to halftime.
Yeah.
And then gets a red card, like right before like literally the last play before halftime.
Wait, one match I want to talk about is the game of the year, is Leeds and
oh my God.
Bournemouth. That
Amazing.
game was insane. That
was
crowd
fantastic.
was insane. Like, the level of intensity in that stadium was next level. It was like
Palpable.
It was like, dude, this is a fucking week 14 match against Bournemouth. Like, why? It was just so intense and crazy, and the level of play was just, it was so much better because of it. And
the players could feel it. You could see.
Tyler Adams was a beast. He was everywhere.
Stoked for him to be on the World Cup team.
It was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was just. I think I was talking to you about that game. I just thought it was just the epitome of like the perfect Premier League game.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of had everything. It was exciting, back and forth, comebacks, the fans lighting off fireworks like in the stadium, outside the stadium, people just going nuts, running on the field. It had everything.
Well, and you had, so I mentioned Adams, so that's an American, so we both got a drink.
Right.
So you had Adams playing out of his mind, but you also had Marsh. Does he count as an American, as a coach?
Yeah.
All right, drink again.
Drink. Just so.
He was just, his sphincter was so tight that whole game because.
Oh my God.
He had so much on the line, and it's a team they can actually beat. They're at home. They are losing. I feel like they're playing hard, but they're losing. The crowd didn't quite turn on them, but you could tell they were like, okay.
There was
we're about to
moments in there. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't out of hand yet. But it was like about to get out of hand. And then,
like if it got to the end of the game and they lost 3-1, it was going to get there.
Yeah, and then they got one back, and then they tied it up. And then they took the lead, and it was just like the roof came off, and it was just so sick.
To me, that's the goal of the season right now that I've seen. Like in terms of like excitement and like just everything about it. It was just that one. There was the Harry Kane equalizer against Chelsea early in the season, and then there was a Liverpool Carvalho had like a last minute winner. But those 3 goals are like my goals of the season so far. But this one is the top. It was just so awesome. It was a counterattack, full speed, shoot, goalie takes them out, crowd goes fucking wild.
So awesome. Yeah, definitely. They weren't the 2 best teams, but it was definitely the most entertaining match of the year by far.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I'm so happy I watched the full match too.
Yeah, that's the type of full match you want to watch.
Yeah, not just the highlights for sure.
That one was awesome.
So yeah, that was awesome.
Then we had the Arsenal-Chelsea game real quick. There was so Arsenal came out on top on Chelsea, only 1-0 though, so it was a pretty close, tight match. And then we had the Liverpool Tottenham showdown. Liverpool 2-1 on the road at Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham is injured right now with Son being
Yeah,
out, which
Tottenham fans
really
were
hurts
booing
him.
and shit. I don't understand that.
Yeah,
It's like, come
I
on,
don't get
like
that.
you guys, you're not as good with all these injuries. Like,
Yeah,
what are you pissed off about? Like, yeah, you want to
yeah,
win, obviously, but like,
yeah. Like what are you booing? Are you
yeah,
booing
to what
Conte?
end?
Like
Yeah,
yeah, like what that yeah, like what is the
are
point?
they not playing hard enough for you? It's just you're just not getting the result that you want. But like, you should know. I don't know. I feel like it's stupid fans that do that. Like unintelligent, just like I'm not getting my way. I'm gonna throw a temper tantrum. Like,
I want to win. Yeah.
yeah, it's like nah, this team's better than you at this point in time
Hmm.
because you're so injured. But
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's that. I don't get it. I think there's a
Kulusevski
lot.
is back though, and he makes a huge difference.
And Richarlison now too.
And he's
I
back
think he
now too.
played.
So yeah, they're gonna
Yeah,
be they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine.
yeah, he played in the was it the Carabao Cup during the week. So he was back playing now. But
I would like
um,
to see them make a move in the January transfer window. I think they could if they added like
they
one
need
more
another
strong
attacking
midfield
option.
piece.
I think they need it. Well, this exposed that they need another attack. Like they can't. If they get hit with another injury, they're fucked. You know. So
Exactly.
I
They
think
have
they need
no
to find
depth.
another attacker.
Yeah. Betancourt is fine. He's a nice player. But if you could just upgrade him to like a fuck, I don't know. A
I
Pulisic
like him out there.
string.
Shout out.
I baited myself on that one. I didn't even I just wanted to.
You know, like a Pulisic.
Man. All right. Any other games you want to talk about, or do you want to talk? Let's jump into the World Cup.
Yeah, the only other one I was going to mention was the Aston Villa beatdown of Man U. A bit of a shocker. We actually had some bets down on that the other
Yeah,
direction.
what was that about?
That was just a no-show for Man U. That was just they didn't bring it. They didn't bring anything.
I have a feeling this weekend might be a no-show for some teams because of the World
Oh
Cup.
yeah, I was thinking about that a little bit when I was going through the Pickems, and I was like, you know, your default is you just think of the teams as they are, and I was like, I really should be thinking about these differently.
And that's
But I don't. But I don't think I changed my picks at all.
yeah,
I
that's
think
the hard part. It's like how do you know which ones and like how do you
yeah,
really pick a certain team to win over
yeah,
a better team? Yeah, it's tough. You're also like, what lineups are they going to roll out there? I'm not sure. You know.
exactly.
So yeah,
And
maybe
like the team, and
we'll go
like
through our
the
picks
super,
later, but we'll see if I make any changes on the fly. I doubt I will.
exactly. And like the super teams, the Man Cities and the Chelseas and everything, right? They can afford to play, you know, their B squad players. But some of these other teams that have international players, but they're like, you know,
Hmm.
mid, lower end of the table, the team's gonna want them to play. You know, I'm thinking of like McAllister on Brighton and stuff like that, right? Or Trossard on Brighton.
Yeah,
Like he's gonna play. They need him to play. You know, like and they're gonna be on the World Cup teams.
dude, there's a
So
ton of guys. Like Aston
yeah,
Villa has a ton of players.
yeah. There's a lot out there.
Matty Cash, best name in
Yeah,
sports. Uh,
Matty Cash, Poland.
Poland, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, who's the other dude? I think they have another Polish dude, don't they? I think they have two defenders. I forget the other guy's name, but Bednarek or something like that.
Bednarek. Yeah,
He's Polish too, I think.
he's also Polish. Yeah, he'll be
Uh,
playing.
so
Probably
yeah, there's
start.
teams like that
Yeah,
they're playing.
they're gonna have guys that like they're not gonna be an option for them not to play.
Yeah,
You
they
know. So
can't do like Phil Foden and be like, you know what,
yeah,
let
we'll
Grealish
have
go, or actually, never mind, let Mahrez play,
yeah,
and like we'll be fine. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
so
So,
it'll be interesting to see for sure. All right,
all right,
World Cup group time.
jump into World Cup.
Okay, I have the odds up in front of me, so we can go through that and we can talk through each group. So let's start with group. Wait, I don't want that one. Here we go. Group A.
Group
Group
A.
A. We have Ecuador, Netherlands, Qatar, and Senegal.
Okay.
Now, this group, I feel like with the Sadio Mane injury, let's start there. Let's start with Senegal. If we look at the odds now, post Sadio Mane injury,
Yeah.
they are to win the group outright. Or let's just say, let's go with this one, to advance. It has Netherlands minus 800, heavy favorites.
Mhm.
Senegal to advance minus 120, and then Ecuador even odds, and then Qatar plus 400. I think we can scratch off Qatar as having any chance of even winning a game. So
I think so too. I mean, maybe Ecuador, they have some sort of shot, but yeah.
yeah, Ecuador's okay. I watched them play against Mexico, and it was a really poor game from both teams. So I wasn't really impressed, but it's not like they're a pushover either. Like, they're a legitimate team. They have some good players. I think it was just a bad game for both teams. It was just kind of an awkward game. Senegal, African Cup champs. They lost Sadio Mane, easily their best player. They might get a witch doctor to get him to be healed fast enough, so he made the roster. But I don't think he has any chance of playing in the group stage. I think it's one of those, hey, if we advance, maybe he'll play afterwards. Like, at best. At least that's what I think, like reading the tea leaves there. But
Yeah. I think, let me find the quote for you. So this is the quote from Samora, who is the Senegalese like general secretary for FIFA. We are going to use witch doctors. I don't know if they're effective, but in this instance, we're going to use them anyway. We are hoping for miracles. He has to be there.
Dude, if he is able to play game 1, I'm signing up for some witch doctor insurance. Dude, that would be so
That's funny.
Okay,
so I guess that this is a classic lost in translation type thing. So I guess the same word that's used to say witch doctor is also used to say like preacher. So I think he was saying like we're gonna get like a priest to like bless them or whatever. But it was translated as witch doctors.
Oh man, that's some lazy translating right there.
Lazy translation. But pretty funny regardless.
Okay, so for this group we have the Netherlands, heavy favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And then Senegal is like that wild card where they should be the second best team, but missing their best player. Are they still that second best team? It kind of leaves the door open for Ecuador.
Of the first four, I find it probably the hardest of the first four, I think, to choose that second place team because of that injury.
Yeah. I still like we're picking who's going to come out first and second in the group, each group. I'm going with Netherlands and Senegal in second still, because I still think they have a good team, even without him. Were you able to muster up some cojones to pick Ecuador?
No, I could not. Like you just heard me say, I'm not convinced about Ecuador at all. So I struggled to understand the extent of Mane being injured, like how much of an impact it'll have on Senegal. But it's not enough for me to like change my pick away from them. I think they're still going to be better, but it's definitely a question mark though sitting out there. It's like what level do you drop from one person being out? Some teams it can be a lot. It can be a really big game changer. So I still went with Senegal, but I definitely put a question mark next to it.
Yeah. I would have picked with Sadio Mane, I would have picked Senegal to win the group. But without
win the group.
I picked them second. Yeah, for sure. I was really high on Senegal. I was looking at their when we were doing our futures for the World Cup, I was looking at them as like a long shot to make it. But now I'm scared off because of that injury.
Yeah, obviously. I think Netherlands is a chronic underperformer. Like they have the skill in general. I'm just talking about over the last, 10, 15 years or so. They've always had the skill and they've always, been in competition to be one of the better teams
Well, they
or the
got
best
runner up.
teams.
They got runner up. What, 2 World Cups ago?
2010,
Yeah.
2010, yeah. So yeah, they've been in that realm for a while, but I've always felt like they're a classic team of like big names that then somehow fail to perform to a degree. And I finally feel like they have more of a team that's not the big names and more of a team that is going to play hard, going to play together. So I actually am feeling a little bit up on Netherlands compared to years past. I think they're going to play a little bit better.
I I agree with you. I kind of felt that same sentiment uh, because that 2010 team
Hmm.
loaded with stars, like
Yeah,
really top tier talent. This team isn't, but they kind of have a strong core, and I think the question mark I have for them is who's going to be scoring goals
true.
and is it going to be
Yeah.
consistent? Because if you look at their roster, I'm going to list out some of the key players on their roster. So in the back, they have Van Dyke, they have Nathan Ake, they have Daley Blind. He's been around for like 30 years, still playing at
Hmm.
a high level. Uh, Dumfries is good. Uh, Delight, and then they also have Frankie De Jong. Midfield, they have what's his name? Frimpong is good too. He's a
Frimpong's
good
great.
player. Like they
Yep.
have a lot of good players, but then up top, I have question marks. Memphis Depay, he's a good player. Can he be like
The guy.
the guy? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he a great player? Absolutely, but I don't know if he could be the guy. And then they have Steven Bergwijn, kind of the same thing. Like
Yeah. Can't he? Well, no, we know he can't be the guy,
he
but
can't be the guy, but
he
like
can help the guy.
can he get 2 or 3 goals for you? You know, like
Yeah.
can he throw some offense into the mix?
No, yeah, yeah, no. I think he could be a great contributor, but we know he can't be the guy. I mean, so he's.
Right.
I think he's out of that question.
So they're
But
gonna need like their forwards. This is their forwards listed in order: Depay, Bergwijn, Vincent Janssen, Luke De Jong, Noah Lang, and then Weghorst. The last 2 guys I don't even know. So like,
Veghorst.
are any
Yeah.
of those dudes gonna step up and
I
be
think I think
consistent
I think
offense?
Veghorst will play. I think he'll be the real striker. I think it'll be like him and Depay up top, and then
Bergwijn
they'll
off
play
to the side.
Bergwijn kind of as like a winger type thing. Unless they go like a 4-3-3.
He's been
But
having a good season,
yeah,
so it'll be interesting to see how they go. But like that's where I worry about them is like, can they score enough goals? I think they'll make it out of the group, no problem. But it's that
yeah.
next level when they start
Oh
playing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I No, you're right. I mean that is the concern. If you're gonna have a concern with the team, that's where it is. But I don't know. There's something about the vibe of the team that I feel like they're gonna go through adversity a little bit better than Netherlands teams of the past. So
yeah.
I'm very comfortable putting them at the lead of the group.
Okay, so we both have Netherlands 1, Senegal 2.
Yes, we both do.
Okay,
Really?
let's get to the meat of this
All right, Group B.
Group
Okay.
B. Right off the top, I want to know who you got coming out in first, who you got coming out in second.
Um, I'm sorry, USA, but I got England in first.
Turncoat. You're a turncoat.
What was his name? Benedict Arnold.
Yeah.
uh, and then I
Oh
got
man.
USA in a strong second place. USA, strong second place.
I have USA coming out on top. The
Love
Redcoats.
it.
Redcoats in second.
The
Let's
goddamn red
go
coats.
Yankees. Come on.
I can't wait to get all my USA gear out
So I
Monday
just
morning.
I was looking at it and I naturally was like, oh, okay, England will probably win the group, USA second. And I was like, what am I doing? I'm not fucking rooting for England. Fuck that. We're gonna beat them. And so USA is gonna win the group. We shock England every time we play them. They crumble every single time, even if they have
And this
better
is the
talent.
best team we've ever had.
So, flipping that, do you think this is the best team England's ever had?
No.
You don't think so? I think they're
I think
getting
their
more
team. I think their
respect
team's
than
great.
they ever had.
I think their team's great, and usually they get under. No, you're right. Usually they get because they're another notorious choker. They usually get, I think, um, underemphasized going into these tournaments. I think they have a great team. I mean, they should beat us, right? They have on paper, they have all the best players. But to compare to some of those teams of the past, you have like Beckham and Scholes and Lampard and Gerrard. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see this team beat that team.
None of those teams like did anything.
None of those teams did anything.
Which
None of
is
those teams
crazy.
did anything.
Rooney.
I know. Ferdinand, like all those guys, man.
Dude, Neville.
Those teams were,
yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've beaten those teams. We have beaten those teams with Landon Donovan and chumps. So
Exactly. We play with heart, baby.
we can, and if they
We
play
got
Harry
the-
Maguire, we got a shot.
We have the younger squad. We're gonna have more energy, maybe a little less skill, but more heart.
Definitely youthful legs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So let's get into it. What Vegas thinks that coming out of Group B, England is the heavy favorite, minus 275 to get out of the group, or to win the group outright.
To win the
excuse
group
me.
outright.
To win the group,
Yeah.
minus 275. USA to win the group, plus 500. Wales to win the group, plus 500.
Tied with Wales. Okay.
I think those are both pretty good bets. The plus 500 for USA to come out of the group, because you could also just hedge that with England and USA to come out of the group plus 120.
Dude, just to advance, it's basically even money. It's minus 110 USA to advance. That's even money. I like that.
I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm pretty confident England and US are going to be the two teams coming out of this. Like Wales
Yeah,
is,
like I like that bet. The minus, you could get even money just for the US to get out of the group, and you parlay that with something else.
No, but you could do the group dual forecast and do England and US to get out of the group together plus 120. No order needed. Like those are plus
you can mix this like parlays. I like this, right? So say US to advance, England and US. That gets you a
getting a nice chest cam here.
Sorry. They're not they're not letting me parlay that, I guess. Because I guess it counts as the same game because it's the same group.
Well, yeah, but it's got it on here as the group duel. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah. No, yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But, yeah, either way, England's supposed to win. It's pretty much a toss-up, according to Vegas, if USA or Wales gets through. We have a slight edge as far as odds go.
Yeah.
But
barely over Wales, but I think there's more of an edge in reality.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right. I want to go into, because there was a lot of, I don't know if controversy is the right word, but a lot of discussion about both rosters for the U.S. and England. Let's start with England because they're the favorite. So the official roster came out. I'm just going to list them. I'm just going to go through all of it. Goalkeepers, Pickford, Ramsdale, and Pope. Who are you starting?
You got to start Pickford. I mean,
I would go Pope.
I think Pope's better right now, but I think, well, okay. Who I would start or who I think's going to start? What are we doing here?
Yeah, different. We'll get through. We'll do that. We'll do that later. I'm with you. Pope, I think, is better.
Yeah, I think Pope. Yeah, Pope's a better goalkeeper. He's better at saving the ball. Maybe Pickford's better at coming out of the box and stuff, or that sort of things. But Pope is the better saver.
Having a great season too.
Yeah, Newcastle's doing great.
Okay, so here's their defenders: Trippier, Alexander-Arnold, Kyle Walker. I thought he was injured. I don't know how injured he is, but he made the squad.
Yeah, I think they expect him to be ready to play that game, the first game.
And then Ben White, Harry Maguire, John Stones, Eric Dyer, Connor Cody, and Luke Shaw. Midfielders: Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Calvin Phillips, Jordan Henderson, Conor Gallagher, Mason Mount.
Okay.
Forwards: Harry Kane, Callum Wilson. Love that he made it. Marcus
No.
Rashford, Raheem Sterling, Saka, Foden, Grealish, and Madison.
Madison, baby.
They were talking like, "Oh, Madison made it! What a shock!" Like blah blah. I was like, "Why wouldn't he make it? Like the dude's
Have you
good."
seen them play?
Yeah, I was like, "Why isn't he? Why is this such a talking point?" So I think, Southgate dodged some major bullets with all the injuries because it
Yeah.
enabled him to not make as difficult decisions. Like those
He may have
defenders,
had to leave Alexander Arnold off. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Chilwell and James, if you have them, like who are you pulling off there?
Yeah.
Ben
Yeah, no,
White
it makes it
probably,
really
Ben
tough.
White to be fair. But
Yeah.
if you had to pull off one more, because
Cody.
it's not
You
always
would
about like okay,
you wouldn't want to pull Cody off because you want to have four. You want to be able to have four like strong center backs. You wouldn't want to pull White and Cody off, but that's who should come off. You know, if
yes,
you're looking at the best
exactly. But like you need, I was surprised Mings didn't get a look.
Yeah, I think he's the next one on the list for the center backs there. I think he'd be
Yeah,
next up. Him and Tarkowski both actually. He was kind of
yeah,
a mini snub,
Tarkowski.
but I would take Means over Tarkowski any day.
Yeah, for sure. Tarkowski, I've watched enough Palace games to see him fuck up enough times to where I don't trust him. But yeah, so I think it those injuries helped Southgate dodge some heat. So I bet he was kind of relieved in less of a way. So I would say notable people that could have made the team but didn't. Tony, they were talking about Tammy Abraham. Ward Prowse is playing well. Jaden Sancho. And then Mings, I mentioned. Who else? Tamori. Jared
Tamori was
Bowen. I feel like everyone else is next tier. I feel like
yeah.
they picked the right squad. Is there anybody you would have added?
I'm looking at the injury list. So obviously, the big one is Shane and Joe. Did you mention Smith Rowe? He was kind of in that talk, but exactly like you were saying, he's kind of that tier down.
Yeah, I like him though.
Yeah. Those are really the big names. I think you really hit it. It was mostly Tony. It was like Tony and there's another attacker.
Tammy Abraham?
Tammy, yeah. Tony and Tammy.
Tony and Tammy. I would have preferred Tony. I like Tony.
I really like the way Abraham plays, but he's just not consistent enough. Like, like when the way people like play the game, when they have like the right type of body that's like fluid and like, I don't know, just the way he like goes about his business, I like, but he's not consistent enough. So
yeah,
I think it's the right call to leave him off.
Okay, so before we get to the U.S. squad, which is going to get wild because every time we name a U.S. player, we have to drink. So that one's going to get out of hand. So before we get there, let's try to put in place the English squad. Let's first do what we think it'll be, and then let's next do what we would do.
What we would want. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, so I think we can pretty much agree that Harry Kane is going to be up top.
Yes, Harry Kane's going to be up top.
And then we can adjust this formation if we want. But let's put Kane up there first.
Yeah. So we're doing what we think it's going to be, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
So I personally think this is my own thing, and I think it's going to be like it'll be like a 3-1. I think it'll be like a 3-1-4-2. Oh no, almost like I think it'll be like a 3-1-3-3 almost.
Let's get the players in there, and then we'll move the formation if we need to.
Yeah.
So I think Kane's going to be there. I think Sterling's going to start.
I think Sterling, and that's where I was getting a little confused with the formation we have. But The ones I think are going to play, I think it's going to be Saka, Sterling, and Kane. And I really think they need to find a way to play Foden, but I don't know where he's going to go in this formation. But maybe you play him as one of those three in the middle.
Do you think Mount's in there?
Yeah, I think they play Mount.
And then no Foden?
Well, Rice is going to be one of the bottom.
You think Rice is going to start for sure?
Yeah, Rice is for sure starting. You don't think so? They love their like defensive holding midfielders.
Do you think Henderson He's been. I don't know what's up with Henderson.
I don't think Henderson plays.
He's like on his way
I think
out.
I think this is a little misleading here, but I think it's going to be an inverted triangle. So I think Rice will be at the bottom of the inverted triangle. I think it's going to be Mount and Bellingham.
I think that's what it should be, but I don't know. Let's put Bellingham up there.
I don't think Henderson just came back from injury, right? I don't think he's been playing enough.
In the back, I think this is where it gets fun. Where do you think they're going to go in the back?
So I think McGuire's sitting right there in the middle.
You think they're going to do it?
I think they're going to do it, man.
Oh,
I think
God.
This is my thinking here. If they were going to play a back two, I don't think McGuire would be in. And I almost think they're going to play a back three. One of the reasons they would do that is to give McGuire more confidence. Put him in there with two other center backs.
So you think they're going to play Dyer and Stones?
I think they play Stones and Dyer, yeah.
Okay. Put Dyer there, too. Wait, is that how you spell Dyer?
Dyer.
Help me out. How do you... Dyer.
Dyer.
Oh, there, it didn't pop up the first time. That was weird. And then...
This is a 79.
Do you think they play Luke Shaw? But they got to play... See, we're losing the backs here. They're going to play Luke Shaw, I think.
I think they're going... Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what they're going to do, and I don't think it's what they should do.
Agreed. But they're going to play Shaw, and they're probably going to play...
Do you think they play Alexander-Arnold instead of Saka? I think you have to have Saka out there.
That'll be interesting.
If that's the case, then I think Mount's out. Saka has to play. They're going to play Saka.
Okay, so let's rearrange this formation then. I feel like they're going to go super defensive and play like a right back. So maybe they lose Bellingham for Saka? Or you think it's going to be like this? With just this interior triangle, maybe a little different.
To be honest, I could see him subbing in Alexander-Arnold later. But, I don't know. This is a tough one, man. So between those three, who do you think is going to be the odd man out? Saka, Bellingham, Alexander-Arnold.
You think it's going to be something like this?
I think Mount's going to play, and it's going to be like, I don't really know where he fits in. Like, it's going to be one of those, like, I don't get where... Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling...
Really?
Oh, man, is it Alexander-Arnold, though?
I think Saka has to play. Like, so in this formation, I think Saka's going to be where Mount is right now. So I would put Saka up there. Like, it's going to be Sterling, Kane, and Saka up top.
I just want to say, I would not be shocked if it was Trippier here and Shaw on the other side.
That was me. That's where I think Trippier should play where Shaw is.
And
I think he
something
should play
like
back.
This midfield is not how I think it would be, but like, yeah, Declan Rice in front, like a super defensive.
Yeah,
mid.
no, it's gonna be an inverted triangle with Declan at the bottom for sure.
Yeah, like maybe
It's like a 3-1. What was that?
like
Like
that?
a 3-1-4-2. 3-1-4-2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like Kane up there, and then we'll put Declan Rice in the middle here.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. This is the formation I expect.
Yeah, and then Declan Rice would play a little more defensive than he's positioned here, but yeah.
Yeah, so that what you were getting into is exactly what I was thinking. Is I think they're gonna play Shaw, but I would because Trippier is the perfect example of a player that could play either side, and I think he could play left winger perfectly. So I would put him in for Shaw, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
So we think it's going to be some sort of formulation of this. I agree. I think Saka is going to be left out, and it'll be like another. It'll be a wing defender, either Trippier or Alexander Arnold here, depending on the. That's what I think they would do.
Okay, sub in Saka.
All right, now let's do. I think this is so mental snapshot of this. Oh, and then the keeper. We didn't do the keeper.
Yeah, good.
So we think they're going to go with what's his face from Everton, Pickford.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
I'll
I think this is a pretty good guess.
Yeah, I'm going to screenshot this so we can look back at it.
I could see this being their go-to for a big match.
Yeah, this sort of three at the back, let's not give it away type attitude.
All right, now this will be more fun. Did you get your screenshot?
I did, yeah.
So let's do what we think it should be.
I like it.
Starting in the back, this, I think, should be Pope.
In goal. I like it. Okay.
I think.
I agree.
I think
he's a better goalie.
Pickford is good, but he's kind of a spaz, and I don't like that variability in my goalkeeper.
I agree. The only I guess positive there is he's been there before. Like he was the goalie through going to the quarterfinal, going to the final in the Euros.
No, he's not bad. He's not bad.
Yeah.
But Pope's been having a good year. I would put him back there. You know how I feel about Harry Maguire.
Get him out.
You agree with me? Probably get him out of there?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm looking at the list right now. So if we're going to keep this formation with three at the back, I think Stones will definitely. I think I'd say Stones is a for sure deal. Put him there in the middle. Yeah. Honestly, I think Dyer. I would probably choose Dyer of the other center backs, and I would probably put Kyle Walker there almost.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who.
Are we considering Kyle Walker healthy?
Yeah, he's on the team.
Yeah, but I wasn't. See, I didn't even consider him for this position. That they like Kyle Walker. I could see them putting him in there if he's healthy.
Yeah, I could see Kyle. No, you're right. I could see Kyle Walker there, but I think Saka is going to play, so I think I would take out Mount or Bellingham. Like, I think Saka would play in terms of what they're going to do. I think Saka would play above either of those two if you're going to put in Walker.
Okay, so you want to put in Walker here.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Not a traditional center back, but I think he has played at Man City, kind of this one of three.
Yeah, he plays a very similar role for them.
Yeah,
honestly, if I were them, I would play more of a 4 in the back.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% down to change the formation. I would play 4 at the back. We already talked about this before.
All right, well, let's do it. Yeah, because I think I agree with you. I think something like this is what they should go with.
Where 4-1.
Kyle's over here, Stones and Dyer in the middle. We'll put Shaw here for now.
Yeah, Kane up top.
Declan Rice is in the middle.
Yeah, put Kane up top there.
Kane's up top. And
then Saka on the wing.
Mount are here. Yeah. And then Saka on one side.
And,
Bellingham where would you put him, though?
Pull Bellingham where Sterling is. Sterling will play out on the wing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I would do something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the 4 at the back
huge
formation.
Fan of Mason Mount. I think he's incredibly overrated. However, I don't know if I'd put anybody else on the team over him.
I think Bellingham's better than him, so I would choose Bellingham to start over him 4th.
Well, but if they're both, but Bellingham's in. I think you and I both agree he's in.
Yep.
I think the only question mark is like, and I'm sure English people would go nuts hearing me say this, but is he like try to talk me off this ledge here? Am I too biased to think that James Madison is
I
just as
would put
good
Matt.
or better than Mount?
I would put Madison there in a heartbeat. I
Okay,
think
so I'm not
Madison.
crazy.
Yeah,
They don't really play the same position, but I think Grealish is a better player. Am I
Grealish
crazy
is better
there?
than
Am I
Mount.
too biased against Mount?
You think is better than Mount?
But
Yeah.
I think they play different roles, though.
Oh no, they do. Yeah, no, him and I would put Madison in there.
All right, I'm with
That
you. Okay,
that was going to be my
I'm on
suggestion,
board for that.
and I think it would be a tough call between him and Grealish though. But I I like Madison a lot.
Yeah, I was shocked at the surprise that
Yeah.
Madison made the team. Like, why wouldn't he make the team? I think the big question mark is like, okay,
All right, and then yeah, I would put in Foden instead of Sterling as my vote.
you're not a big Rashford fan. You don't think Rashford makes it, do you?
I would put Foden over Rashford right now. I mean, maybe 2 years ago or a year ago, I would choose Rashford, but
I'm with you on Foden over Sterling. Uh,
yeah.
are we good with Saka on the outside here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the other options are you could put in Rashford there maybe, or you could put Sterling over there instead of Saka. But that's really your only options. Or you play Grealish if you want to play a more like ball control, not really like counter-attacking game.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
like
see, I
this.
see Grealish is the epitome of the perfect player to sub in at the 60th minute when you're up 1-0. You need to hold the ball. You need to get fouls. You need to like control the ball in the opponent's half. Grealish is absolutely perfect for that. But when you're in a game that's up and down, back and forth, open game, I want someone like Saka in there.
Obviously, I like our lineup better than what we think they'll play. And I think this is the problem with Southgate, and like the problem that he has is to do what we just did would get so much pushback because
Yeah.
he's gonna feel obligated to play Sterling, to play,
I mean, yeah.
to play.
So sorry, I feel like we didn't finish this though. I know what you're saying, but I think Trippier should be in for Shaw.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry. Yeah. I did. We
Yeah.
kind of glossed over that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I think he can play left back. But yeah, getting back to your point, I think you're 100% right. I think this is way too dramatic of changes, way too much, media pushback for anything like this to happen.
This is
But I
too
think,
new for them.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think that's gonna hurt them to not be flexible. We'll see. Maybe he'll surprise us, but
yeah.
I think this team is much more dynamic.
I like this team. I think, and if Reece James was there, he would 100% be in over Kyle Walker.
Oh yeah,
I still might choose Trippier over Chilwell. I think.
I'm
I
with
think
you on that.
he's got the experience. He can take free kicks. He
Yeah.
can kind of do, and because you have a guy like Trippier, you don't have to worry about not having Alexander-Arnold in because he takes all the free kicks and everything, and so that's why you want him in. But if you have Trippier in who can do other stuff better, like defending and some of the running and stuff, I think he's a little bit better than Arnold.
I couldn't
Then
agree.
you don't have to worry about him not being in. You can just leave him out there and
I couldn't agree more. Trippier makes Arnold obsolete. It's like, okay, if we can't trust Alexander Arnold on defense, then like, dang, we're gonna miss out on his free kicks. So it was like, oh wait, no, you're not. Just play Trippier, and he can handle all that.
yeah, exactly.
So
So I like our lineup. I'm going through it again real quick. I paused for a second looking again at Stones and Dyer, but I'm a
who would
fan
you
of
put
Ben
in their
White. But
place?
what's up?
Who would you put in their place?
That's all. I just took a pause to look. I'm seeing what are the other options out there. I think I like Ben White. I don't think he's proven enough to play in these games. And Cody has been playing well. I'll give him that, but I just don't quite think he's at the level of the other two. So he would be my next one off the bench, though. Would be Cody, I think,
Yeah,
over Maguire.
for sure.
Yeah.
My disdain for Maguire is well noted, so I'm with you.
I didn't know.
All right, did you take a screenshot of this one?
Let me get that real quick.
Yeah,
Hold
take
on.
a screenshot of this one. This is our England squad.
Our England squad.
All right, I'm getting a fresh one
Got it.
for the U.S. because this could get wild.
Let's get a new screen.
Okay, so let me wipe this one out. While I do that, let's go back. And then let's just go through the whole list and we'll talk about who made it and who didn't make it. I think there's really only one that we were worried about.
Yeah, we were really worried about one.
The goalkeepers, Matt Turner, Sean Johnson, Ethan Horvath.
Yep.
Defenders, Carter Vickers, Dest, Aaron Long, Shaq Moore, Tim Ream. Shout out. So happy Tim Ream made it.
Dude, I haven't been so happy about anything with American soccer in so long until I heard that news.
Faith restored in humanity after that. 100%.
Let me just pause. Let me pause on Tim Ream for a second. I did have this little bit of tidbit I wanted to share with you. So speaking of Tim Ream, quote from regarding Tim Ream, Pep Guardiola walked up to Tim Ream after the game this weekend against Fulham and said, "If you were 24 instead of 34, you'd be playing for me."
Yes. Love that.
Tim Ream's response, "Too bad I'm 35, not 34."
Oh man. Dude. I mean, yeah, he really hurts our average age.
Yeah, he does.
But I will say, like, that's the other thing about him is we actually have an adult in the locker room now.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we need that. You need a mix. You can't all have 20-year-olds. Like, it's going to be helpful. It's not going to hurt.
Oh, no. I think it's one of those picks that's great in multiple ways.
Like, so he wasn't on the team for a long time. And our dumbass coach was quoted as saying, "We want to play a high line and Tim Ream doesn't fit playing a high line." Thank God he came to his senses and made the right choice to put him on the team. Because the dude is captaining a top table team in the best league in the world.
Yeah,
so,
come on, man.
Come on. All right, finishing out the defenders, we have Anthony Robinson, teammate. Another reason he should be on the team because they have chemistry together.
Jedi, baby, yep.
Joe Scally, Yedlin, also feels like he's been there forever. And then Walker Zimmerman, who gives me anxiety every time I see him play.
I think he was one. I think he would have been the expected fill-in if Ream wasn't there.
100%, and that's why, like, I think just adding Ream to the roster like gave me like 2 years back in my life.
Yeah.
Midfielders, we got Brendan Aronson,
Love
Costa,
him.
Tyler Adams,
Love him.
Luca De La Torre, Weston McKennie.
Love him.
I can never say this name right. Yunus Musa, Christian Roldan, and then up top, Jesus Ferreira, Jordan Morris, Christian Pulisic, Gio Reyna, Sargent. I was surprised about Sargent. Timothy Weah, and Haji Wright.
The coach, I heard him talk briefly about Sargent. He really liked that he plays in England. He's like, I think he's got the physicality.
Well, yeah, he should. So, and he's not a bad player. He's not going to start for us, but he's good to have.
Yeah, good backup on the bench.
All right, so we just got 26 names. So I'm jumping you up and me up.
Okay.
Pretty much finish that, and then we'll just stop after that. We'll just say everyone gets one.
This might be breaking the beer record tonight in this episode.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. Like, it's usually easy to just, hey, drink when you name an American player because it happens like twice an episode. Now we're going to name them all like a million times. All right. So, I think this. I actually have more confidence in how the England squad is going to look than I do with how the U.S. squad is going to look, which doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense. But I feel like I understand how they're going to roll out, and I'm a little uncertain how the U.S. is. And yeah, let's just get into it.
Yeah, let's.
What?
So we'll go through again what we think is going to come out, and then what we like.
Yeah, what formation do you think they go with?
I think they go with four at the back.
Four at the back?
I think it's going to be. I think our move is going to be to try to control the midfield. I think we're going to play like a 4-5-1 type style.
Oh, okay.
But no.
I was
Probably
thinking
more like a 4-4-2.
I was thinking like a 4-4-3, but not really.
4-3-3.
Something
Yeah.
like this, but where, like you said, like these kind of positions can be interchangeable.
Yeah. They'll hold tight when they need to. Yeah.
I just don't know. I just don't know.
I think it's a good place to start. I would start with this. I think
Or maybe something
because
like
I
this.
think we both agree. We think there's going to be four at the back. I mean, I don't really like the way that one looks, but maybe a 4-3-3. Yeah.
All right, let's leave this for now, and then we can move it.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
All right, so who do you think they're going to have in goal?
Well, we already know Turner's going to be in goal. He's going to be the starter. Yeah, I mean, doesn't get a lot of game time, but he showed well in the past. So
Okay. And then in the back, if he made the team, he's making the fucking starting lineup, right?
he's got to. Yeah.
69 FIFA, don't do him
69.
like that. Damn.
Get the fuck out of here!
Damn,
What?
that hurts.
No, he's going to play on the left side. I think. Yeah, he'll put
You
him
think he'll
over
be
there
on
on
this
the
one?
left.
Okay.
Yeah, because So I think it's for sure going to be him and Robinson on the left. They have the partnership at Fulham already playing together.
That just makes too much sense. I hope
It makes
that, I hope that is what happens.
yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
And then, do you think it's going to be Zimmerman?
I struggle with this one, man, but I personally think it should be Scally, but
I agree with you, but I have a weird feeling that it's going to be Zimmerman.
I think it'll be Zimmerman.
And I hate that it's going to be Zimmerman. I feel like he's such a liability. Okay, and then it's got to be Dest, right?
It's got to be Dest, right?
It would be,
I was thinking the same thing.
it's got to be Dest.
Yeah.
It's got to be Dest. If
He
it's not,
hasn't been playing
I'm gonna
much,
cry.
but
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, this is a little different than I would have it, but I think Tyler Adams is definitely in the middle.
Oh, for sure. Tyler Adams, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to rearrange the formation.
What do you think? More like like a diamond, like a 4-4-2? What do you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah. So all right, yeah. So I agree with Adams 100%. I guess would you put McKinney in the midfield? Where would you put McKinney? There?
See, that's the thing is like I prefer him kind of closer to goal.
But I'd put Aronson ahead of him though. Like so I would put Aronson up top with Pulisic.
Yeah, let's start with what we know.
Yeah.
And then you think Aronson up here?
Well, I think Aronson needs to play. I think Reyna also needs to play. So this is a struggle, but that's where I'm almost wondering, like, just in my mind, like players, it's almost more like a 4-5-1.
But
But
remember, this
with
is what we think it's going to be, not what
okay,
we want.
well, I think Harrison will play. I think Pulisic will play. I think Adams will play. I think those are. I think those maybe not the right formation, but the right
Yeah, and
players.
then McKinney is for sure in there.
McKinney has to play. Yeah, so let's put him there.
Do you think Weah is going to start?
I think he should.
I agree. I think he should. I'm terrified that he won't. I'll show you what I think might happen. Let's just put Weah in for now.
Okay.
And then on the right side, we'll put Reyna in.
Okay.
What I'm terrified of is Aronson being over here where Weah is.
No. Oh my
And
god.
having Ferreira up top as like the center striker, and then Pulisic and McKinney off of him. I'm terrified of that. I saw it. I saw it happen in qualifying matches, and I hated it.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. We picked more of a team that we want to
This
see.
is kind of more what we want. Yeah,
but
I feel like
but
Reyna
at the
is
same
always
time,
the odd
no,
man
but
out.
but
He's
I don't
like
think it's
coming off the bench.
I don't think it's unfair to say that. I mean, this is a potential lineup though. Like I don't think this is out of the question. I think they could definitely do this.
Oh, these guys switched for some reason.
There we go.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, this is more what we would want. See, I don't know what they're gonna do, and that's what scares me. Is I feel like he's gonna do
Yeah.
something stupid.
You hit it. You hit it spot on when you said this is way harder than picking the England lineup.
It is.
It's like
Because we don't have like we have less traditional positional players. I feel like
yeah.
if it were me, I would do a formation more like.
I like the idea of Adams and McKinney in that middle though. I think that's a solid middle.
I would do it kind of like this. Oh, why did that?
Put
weird-
Adams down there.
No, I'd put. Well, what happened? Where'd Robson go? Come over here. I would
I'll
put
Adams down
here,
yeah. Put
and
McKinney
then
where Reyna is.
McKinney. I would put Weah over here. I would do something like this.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's closer to how I would like to see it.
I like that lineup. Yeah.
Where Adams, I think, thrives in the center as like he's willing to make tackles, he's willing to defend. He's probably
Yep.
not the most skilled scorer amongst our offensive players.
No, but he's the one that does the dirty work, and he does not care about doing it. He loves
Exactly.
it.
He loves it. So I think this is like a perfect position for him. I think he's like a. I don't want to. He is our version of Conte. He is our.
I was
Conte.
wondering what name was going to come out of your mouth there.
Isn't he though? He plays very similar to him.
Yeah.
He's not at his level yet. I think he
Yeah.
can get there, but he is our version of that, and it's such an important player to have on a team.
Yeah, unsung. Yeah, I love it. I think he's one of the players that's like I forget watching. I was watching some documentary or whatever, and they were talking about how just the idea that there's always, when you go into a game, there's always one player that's the first person down on the list, like the first name on the team sheet, right? And I feel like he's in contention to be one of those guys. It's like he's playing for sure, and it's like a done deal, and you go on to the next guy. He's up there, like he's.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like
if I were to rank those players, for me,
yeah,
it would be Pulisic, McKinney, and then it would be him.
yeah. I think he would. That's what I was thinking. Like he's top 3 on that list of like who's on the team sheet first. Which name?
That match against Bournemouth, he was getting so fired up. I loved it.
I know.
Some guy like they had some coming together or whatever. I can't remember which guy it was. Solanke maybe. and he must have said something as he walked away, and it was so clear on the TV, you could just read his lips. He just looked at him and was like, "Fuck you." And then went down and took the free kick. And I was like, "Yeah, that's right. Fuck that guy."
Yeah.
Tell him.
Dude,
Like,
there was also a play in that game where it was a classic like counterattack, and this guy, I think somebody dribbled past like three different guys, and then and it's like zoomed in on him, like running down the field, going past dudes, and then you see from out of the screen comes Tyler Adams, slide tackle, take him out, yellow card. Just nope, he ain't going anywhere.
Dude, I would love to see how much field he covered in that match, because he was all over the place, all over the place.
Yeah, he's going to be really key for us. So
he's going to be huge. I think.
So this is the lineup we went through, thinking what we think they're going to come out with. So I'll screenshot this real quick. But are there any tweaks or alterations you would make for the one that you?
This is the lineup I would go with. If you think you would change anything, let me know. Or do you agree with this?
Let me paste this real quick. Would I change anything? I think it's I think I would put Scaly in instead
over
of
Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. What was I thinking? I don't like Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's rearrange that. Good call. Good call. And honestly, if Ream didn't make the team. Oh, I didn't spell that right. If Ream didn't make the team, I might even put Yedlin over here. But having two people that play on the same team is going to be huge.
Next to each other, too.
Especially this year. This is the other thing.
And you got two of these guys. We got Aronson and Adams, too.
Yeah. I think it's more important, the center back to wing back relationship. But
the best is if both your center backs play together. That's like the ultimate.
You were saying last week about what was it, Van Dijk, saying how none of these teams are practicing together.
Yeah.
Are training together. They're all on their club teams, and then they're just going to show up and play.
They're just going to show up and they have a game like the next week.
I think connections like this are going to be so vital.
Yeah.
For any team, that if there are countries that have 2, 3, maybe even 4 guys that play on the same team, I think it's going to make a world of difference.
Yeah.
So
no, it's true. I think it was, we talked about it last week. That was really, I think, a really good viewpoint that he shared. And I think it opens the door for more upsets, even though we didn't pick any in our pool, per se.
We've only gotten through 2 groups and we don't have any.
Yeah.
But all right, I like this squad, though. This squad makes me have confidence. I have a feeling that Weah won't start. I think he'll come off the bench.
You're probably right.
And I'm going to be sad about it, because I think he's really good. I think he's got a ton of potential, and he's not in a position to just let him go out there and make plays. I feel like that's what he can do. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, did you get a screenshot of this one with
I did, yeah. So I got what we think and what we want, both for England and USA. So it'll be really awesome to go back.
Yeah. If this lineup ever rolls out there, let's see how they do.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Group B. I think we pretty much went through everything there. The only call-outs are threat. I think we can say with certainty that Iran isn't going to get out of the group. I think the threat that we have is Wales. I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah
Wales has some quality players. It's got
talent,
MLS, Gareth Bale. He's not quite Real Madrid Gareth Bale, or even Tottenham Gareth Bale.
Tying goal though
That was pretty
in the
sick.
final.
Oh man, that was pretty awesome.
That was sick.
So did you say you watched that game?
I watched the highlights
Oh,
actually. I
okay.
didn't see the game. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
LAFC did that. He came in and he just bitched that center back and just headed that in. Dude, that was awesome. Uh, so yeah, he's always a danger. Any free kick is going to be scary.
yeah,
Um, but then they also have Daniel James, who is a legitimate player,
yeah.
uh, and then
Got Joe Allen.
Joe Allen, and they also have
Is Ramsey
they have
playing? Or did
Ramsey.
he retire?
Ramsey's on the roster. He's playing. He's
Nice,
playing.
sweet.
I don't know how much juice he has left though,
Yeah, I don't think he's got much.
but he's one of those players that like he doesn't need to be running fast to make a play. Like he's got great vision, good passing.
Yeah.
Um,
We call that the Pirlo special.
exactly, and that worries me. So like, I can see him just being like, "Hey, Gareth Bale, here's a sick pass for you to finish."
Yeah,
So yeah,
they got Ampadu in the back, right? He's pretty solid playing in the
they got
Italian
Ben
league right now.
Davies too. He's a real player.
Ben Davies, yeah, real good. Yeah,
Wayne Hennessy in goal. Um, yeah, you're right. Apadu. But they had one other dude. Let me see if I can find it. Who was it? I thought they had one other
Oh,
guy.
Ben Johnson on Nottingham Forest, the forward. He's Welsh, right?
Brennan Johnson.
Oh, that might be it. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry. I was thinking. I don't know why I said Ben.
yeah.
Brennan. Yeah,
But yeah, Joey. So like they're a real team. Um, they could easily beat us if we don't show up and play. We played like shit in the games leading up uh, to the World Cup. So we gotta bring our A game. But we both pick USA to exit the group. I picked them to win it because I'm a true patriot. And
tried to throw it in my face. I get it.
you're a jerk. Oh man. Okay,
I
let's
still
let.
have them advancing. I still have them in the knockout stage. Not good enough for Austin.
I almost did the same thing, so I'm just giving you shit. All right, let's go to this. Let's go to the next group, Group C. Group C, I think, is a really fun group. Uh, Argentina, Poland, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. Argentina, the heavy favorite, odds to win the group outright. They're minus 250. Poland's plus 450 and Mexico's plus 475. Saudi Arabia, see you later, plus 2,500.
See ya.
Not a lot of love for Saudi Arabia. If you could name one player on that team, I would be shocked. I'll bet you the rest of my beer that you can't name one player without looking it up.
I'll stop there before I say something offensive.
All right, all right, all right. All right, so who did you pick to come out of the group and in what position?
So I picked Argentina, the obvious favorite in first.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a little tight between Mexico and Poland, but I went with Poland, number two.
You did,
I
okay, I
really
wasn't
like
sure.
their squad. Yeah,
I also picked Poland.
yeah. They got some players, man. I don't know
I
if you've seen
wanted
their
to pick
lineup.
Mexico.
They've got some players.
Yeah, they do. They got some real players too, and you know they got. Uh, oh my God, slipped my mind. Uh,
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski up top,
All right,
and
got a drink.
God damn it, I knew it because you did that last time, and I didn't say his name, and this time I was like, yeah, okay. So he is always a threat. You know he's going to score. He dragged
Yeah,
that shitty Barcelona team to tie and
to
keep
the
them
edge.
alive.
Yeah, getting back into it.
Yeah. So
They got
he's gonna.
Chesney in goal.
Yeah, and Mexico's good, but like I told you, USA looked bad leading up. Mexico looked just as bad, maybe worse. And
USA, yeah. I mean, Mexico looks pretty bad, man.
I want
So
CONCACAF to show out because I think the U.S., Mexico, and Canada both are three teams that should or that have the talent to get out of the group stage. I don't think they're
Yeah.
favored, but I think they all three have the ability to do so if they're playing their best. And I just haven't seen Mexico play their best lately, so I didn't have confidence picking them. Uh, but
Yeah. No, I wouldn't pick them either. I was going through. I mean, for me, it was I was just going through Poland's lineup of like, oh, what I think it would be, and their defense is fucking great. Like who they have to put in at defense, I think is really good.
and we mentioned those
Obviously,
two
guys.
guys that play together on Aston Villa. That's another connection that's helpful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that Argentina team I think is fun because it's really deep.
Oh my God, the Argentina team is insane, man.
Especially so just up top, they have Messi, Di Maria, Martinez, Alvarez, Dybala, Nicolas Gonzalez. Who's that? I'm not sure who he is.
He's on Fiorentina in
Oh,
Italy.
okay. And then they have Correa.
Yeah, man, their team is just
Who's
absolutely stacked.
okay? This is a fun one. Who's starting on that? Just like up top. So you pick three of those guys.
I think it's Lautaro Martinez, it's Messi, and I think, oh my God, that third one. So I think those two are for sure. Then I think it'll come down to either Dybala or Alvarez.
Di Maria is not even a consideration.
No, he's kind of coming back from injury. I think he played the last Juventus game, but he's still like, I think he hasn't been playing a lot, and he'll be off the bench, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's the type of guy that could come in and change a game, though. You give him 30 minutes,
He's got
and
that
like,
world class quality.
yeah, he
Yeah,
could change a game.
for sure. Um, how far do you think Argentina is going to go? Because I am uncertain about this Argentina team. Uh, I've
Dude,
been
I
more
think they're
confident in the
so.
past teams, and they never seem to do as well or play the guys I want them to play. Um,
I think they're so talented, man.
they're
Like
so
I
deep.
think. Wait, what? Okay, if we jump over real quick to look at the odds outright, see where they stand.
Oh, to
So
win the whole
they're
thing?
at yeah. So they're second only to Brazil right now in the
They're
odds.
second right now
Yeah,
with those
plus
France
550
injuries.
out, plus 550 outright. France is at plus 650.
Wow, that changed a lot since last time we looked. They are, you're right, plus 550.
I think they deserve to be there. Like they have the talent, the skill. I kind of have the feeling with them this year compared to years past as well. Like I was saying about Netherlands, like where they have all these stars and these names on the team, but it seems like a team that like just cares and fights more. Like it's like they all know it's Messi's last chance, and they want to be one of the guys that be like, we were able to get Messi over the top, you know. And there's like so much to play for, and they seem to care so much. You could see it whatever that was like 2 years ago when they won the Copa,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it would just it meant so much. And I just think they're kind of still riding that high from that of like when we play together as a team and try hard, we can beat anybody. We can beat Brazil, favorite. We can do it. And I don't know. I have faith. You might have some questions, but I'm comfortable with them being one of the top favorites. I think they're going to put it together this year. But I think the way I'm not 100% sure, but I think the way the seedings stand up or match up, I think they would end up playing Brazil before. Say they both made it through. I think they would play in the semi. Like
Yeah.
they're going to have to get through Brazil. I think the way things line up.
That's the match that I want to see. That South
Yeah.
American clash.
So they might not, whoever, if that happens, I don't know for sure, but I think that's the way the brackets line up is they're going to have to end up playing Brazil before the final if they make it that far. So that could be, one of the games of the century.
50. Last time we checked, uh, I can't remember the exact odds, but they were fourth, I think. So they've jumped up. So there must be money getting put on Argentina because last time we checked, which was maybe a few weeks ago, it was Brazil, then France, then England three, and then Argentina. And when we put in our bet for Portugal, that's when it was. So maybe it was like a month or 2 months ago. Uh,
Yeah, I still have the list somewhere. Yeah, I had the print. I had the odds printout from that day,
so
and it
that
had
leads me
every
to
team
believe. I
listed.
bet you more as the World Cup gets closer and there's more casual fans betting that that Argentina number is going to even get closer because of Messi. Messi probably pulls a lot. Like, oh, Messi's the best.
Oh, it's Messi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, straight up.
So that's interesting. Yeah, and did you notice
Yeah,
that Portugal right now is plus 1,400? So we got them when they were plus 1,600.
they're edging
Let's
up, dude.
go.
What?
Let's
And notice
go.
how it's after they pick their squad. People are like, oh, look at that list of names.
Yeah.
It's like there's some of this like sticker shock when people realize who really is on these countries.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, that guy's on that team too. And you're like,
So yeah, Portugal. I forget which group are they.
I think they're later in the
Yeah, we're not going to do
yeah
them today. They're in Group
Group H.
H, the last group. Um,
Yeah,
Another thing that I noticed while looking at the odds, so Belgium has actually gone down as far as odds to win. They're now at plus 1,600. They, I think, have a chance of winning. I wouldn't
they have a
make
chance,
them favored.
and that would not be something I'd be upset putting money on. A small bet on,
They
but
got third in the last World Cup.
they did.
Could have
I
easily
think
won.
I think this is a byproduct of the Lukaku injuries. Like he's such the attacking force that they need and rely on.
Well, is he for
Uh,
sure out the whole time?
no, no, no. I think he might play, but he hasn't been playing, right? So I think there's an expectation that he's going to be rusty. He's going to come in,
Yeah. And
out of shape,
we'll do a
probably out
deep
of
dive
game
into
shape.
them, but like, and how fat is Hazard? Like,
Oh,
is he gonna come in shape to the World Cup or?
I think his brother plays way before him. I think his brother starts, and I think he comes off the bench.
Oh man, it's so disappointing to see him and be like,
I
man, he used to
know.
be so good.
He's just like, dude. He's just like Schneider. Schneider went through the same shit. Like he just like didn't care enough to like stay in shape and try.
If I were these guys though, it's like, okay, this is for sure your last World Cup, so
Yeah,
make it count. Like, come
yeah,
correct. Like, okay, you don't care about Real Madrid, that's fine, but this has to matter to you, right?
yeah.
I don't
This
know.
is why it's so awesome. Like this isn't anything to do with fucking money. Like this is about you caring about what matters to you, and that's why I love the World Cup so much.
Yeah,
It's
in your
like
country.
the greatest honor you could ever have in your life. And these guys that usually we think of as like divas and stars, like most of them, like turn into these normal people that are patriots. Like they're
Yeah,
playing for the country. They don't care about like even Ronaldo, right? Like he doesn't care about like him getting the accolades. It's like I want Portugal to win,
yeah.
and it's like it's awesome. That's why I love the World Cup so much. I love international so much for that sort of different perspective.
Yeah,
It's just
it's finally in a world of individual glory. It's for something much bigger than oneself,
exactly.
and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, it would be the pinnacle of sport, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Okay, let's head back. So we have Argentina winning the group, hands down.
Yep.
Poland and Mexico. So we talked about Poland. I wanted to dive in because I don't know their midfielders that well. I know a lot of their defenders. We talked about Matty Cash and what's his face, Bednarik, and then
hmm
Lewandowski up top. But I don't really know their midfielders very well. Do you know any of the midfielders playing for them?
Zielinski is a fucking boss. So he plays on Napoli.
Oh my
He what?
gosh! And that team's just flying at the
Yeah.
moment.
So he was a starter to start the year. Um, I think he had a few injuries, so he's kind of been fluctuating between being a starter and coming off the bench. But regardless, he is a great player. He's a world class player. I think like he can play in any of these games easily. Be the starter, play the whole game. hold the midfield down. He's a threat to score. He has been at times Napoli's penalty taker, even. He's taken penalties, so he's got that sort of demeanor and everything that he can do that, kind of be almost like a captain level personality. And he's got, I think he already has, I'm checking right now, he's 28. He already has 74 caps playing internationally, so he's got the experience. Yeah. So I think he'll be the anchor of the midfield. And then this guy's listed as a defender, but he almost plays like a left mid wing for Roma. It's Zalewski. I don't know if you've seen him before play for Roma, but I think he's really good. He's sort of this like left winger that he can go back onto his right foot, cuts back into his right. He's been playing a lot for Roma. I think he's really good. I think he can get by people easily. Like I've seen him dribble past like two people like it's nothing. So I think he's a real threat coming on the left side. He's kind of the type of guy he'll come in. He won't like drive all the way down the line, but he'll get into the enemy half, and then he'll cut in to draw people, and then that'll free up, if you got like a left forward or whatever, right, to make a run off the ball. He can play those through balls to guys. So I think I would put him and Zalewski in sort of the left side of that midfield. I think they'll be really strong.
Yeah, I think Mexico hasn't announced their squad yet. This says they're going to release it in 2 days. So we'll see what they come up with. But they're going to have like Lozano's going to be on the team.
The big question mark is Jimenez, I guess. I think he has another injury, and they're unsure if he's going to be able to play.
And that hurts. Like they need
him
because there's no one really to backfill that position for them.
Yeah, they don't have anybody.
Yeah, so I want him healthy because I really like him. I think he's a good player. But yeah, their squad will be announced. But sadly, we both have Poland exiting the group in second. So.
I mean, Poland's a better team. They got three quality attackers. They got Piatek, Milik, and Lewandowski up top. They got Zelensky in the middle. They got solid defense. They got a good goalie that plays, top club football.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have Mexico's number.
No, for sure. All right, let's hop to Group D. I think this is the easiest group. Famous last words. We'll probably get an upset, but France.
Nah, I don't think so.
France had to have seen this draw and been like, "Oh, sweet, we're already into the next round." So it's Australia, Denmark, France, and Tunisia. Let's look at the odds. So for Group D, sorry, I lost it for a sec. Group D, to win the group outright, France is only minus 225. Honestly, I feel like that's not high enough.
Yeah, I might put money down on that, man.
Yeah, I feel like that's easy money. Like, how did they not win that group?
Yeah, that seems Denmark very low, actually.
I guess they think Denmark is a threat to win the group, plus 250 to win it. But Denmark had a good qualifier. They have a solid team. I'm not trying to put down Denmark. But they're not going to beat France. Come on.
No, I know, exactly.
Even with France's injuries.
Dude, and even with the odds the way they are here, like this is a no-brainer where you would hedge, because we've got Denmark's in at 250 and France at 225. So you put down whatever $100 on France to win you $50 or whatever, or something like that. Put down fucking whatever. Put down $30 on Denmark, and that's going to cover your fucking bet. Like it's.
Because I don't think Australia's going to make it out, and I don't think Tunisia's going to make it out.
So, yeah, exactly. They're not. Yeah. So
I think that's pretty safe to say.
I think you're spot on. This is the easiest. I'm fast forwarding through the other groups as well, which I hadn't picked, but yeah, that one's tough. F's not as tough. I think Group E is pretty easy to pick too, but Yeah, this is up there as one of the easiest groups, I think.
Yeah, and I think the only thing to really talk about is France because they are a true World Cup title contender.
Hmm.
I think the only thing holding them back is injury right now. No Conte, no Pogba, maybe Varane. Is he going to be available? I think they're
No
hopeful on
Conte,
that.
no Pogba. Varane, no, Varane is supposed to be back.
Well, he's on the
They
team.
expect they expect him to be ready for the first match.
Okay.
Um,
And then they
yeah, but
have, so like, they still have so many dudes. So they have, their midfield is Camavinga, Real Madrid, Fofana. I'm surprised Guendouzi made it. I gotta be honest.
he's been playing really well
He
though,
has been
man.
playing well. You gotta give
He
him
has been
credit.
playing well.
Rabiot,
I give him props for making the team, and he's only 23 or something.
yeah, he's still super young. And he looks like he should be in IT. I don't know. He does not look like a professional athlete. But and Rabiot, who I think is criminally overrated, but
Yeah,
is still
I
a
agree.
solid player. But up top they
Yeah,
have Benzema, Coman, Dembele. I think he's trash. Giroud, happy Giroud made it. Antoine Griezmann, and then Mbappe. Like, dude,
and then my boy
what? Nkunku?
Nkunku made it, dude.
He did make it. He did make it.
Dude, so happy. He's my favorite guy that made a team that deserved it. I think he's so fucking good. He might
Dude,
not play a single
that's what
fucking
I was gonna
minute,
say. That's what I was gonna say. Is he
but
gonna
I
get
think
any
he's
time?
so good. And
Nah,
he's
good for
still
him
young,
though.
man. He's still like, yeah. Do you know that Giroud is 36?
Yes,
Damn.
he's
I
old.
thought maybe like 34 or something.
That's what I was saying. Those central attacking forwards that just are always in the right position.
Yeah.
They age well in soccer because they don't need
Like,
to be.
like a fine wine.
He's not running too much. You know, he's just in the right spot and just heading stuff in and finishing. You know,
114 caps for him.
yeah, I'm happy to see him on the team. So definitely, definitely last World Cup for him. Maybe last World Cup for Benzema. Maybe. What's he
Yeah, I
at?
think so. Yeah, he's 34.
34. Yeah, he's not that much
Yeah,
younger. So yeah,
yeah.
probably his last one. So
Probably the last one for Lloris, 35.
yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be like a maybe an
He might
honorary
make the
backup.
squad farewell tour next time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. Um, do you think he starts this one?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, no, he's the out of those three goalies, he's
People
the
have been
best.
shit talking him this year, man.
But he's still better than Mandanda, and everyone's better than Areola. So
Get bodied.
Mandanda's 37. I didn't realize that he's even older than Yoris. So he's for sure.
Holy
It's for
shit,
sure
I didn't know that.
Yoris.
Yeah,
100%.
dude. Blake was talking shit on Lloris, like, and Jamie Carragher. I was listening to him, and he was talking about how it's like, if Tottenham wants to get to the next level, they need a next level goalkeeper. And I'm like, dude,
Fuck out of
he's
here.
still fucking so good. Like, who,
And who
what
did
goalie
how
are you
did
gonna
you
bring in?
dude? I watched a game the other day where he had like 10 saves.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna do that better or
And so
whatever?
I was talking to Blake, who's our token Tottenham fan, and he's like, yeah, well, if you look at his stats, like, he's pretty much at the bottom in all uh, like outlet passes and long balls and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but what about making saves? And he's like, oh
Fucking
yeah, he's
crazy.
good at that. I'm like, call me crazy, but I like a goalie that gives me saves. Like, I don't give a fuck if he's getting assists and like outlet passes. Like, that's what the rest of my team is for. Like, just save the shots. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
I I really want to do. I don't know if we have time this episode, but it would be fun to do a France lineup run through as well.
I
Kind of pick that team. France and Germany both, I think, would be exciting to go through and do.
Well, we can do it right now. You want to do it? I got nothing but time.
Fuck it. Let me go get my fourth beer.
Okay. I see. I don't. Let's just do what we would do.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. Let's make it a quick
I
one.
don't know what they would do.
Let's
but-
shoot. Let's just do what we think the best team is they could roll out there.
Yeah. All right. Go get a beer. I'll get it. I'll get it set up. See, I actually think, as I'm talking to myself now, and what do we got? Oh, we got 2 people. What up, 2? Drinks for you. It's only 1. So I think France is actually a pretty, for me, a pretty easy team to put a lineup in there for. So let's pull it up. And let's pull off the Americans. The FIFA ratings are about to go way up. I hate to admit it. Oh, what's the formation though? Okay, let's put Lloris here because we both like him. I know he's going to be... Yeah, to the gold. The gold shows up better. Okay, so we got Lloris in the back. We'll say Varane is healthy.
Okay.
And then we'll fix the the formation, but let's just get the players in there first, and then we'll kind of smooth it out. So I think these are for sure's. I would put Benzema up there with him. I think that would be nasty.
Yeah. Okay. You got Mbappe. Okay. Smart move.
We'll readjust the
We'll
formation.
We'll start at the front and come back. Okay.
But
I think.
I gotta have Kingsley up there.
Yeah, I put him on the right. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Smart.
And then Griezmann, you're riding the pine. Giroud, I hate to say it, but you're on the bench.
Oh yeah. He'll come off
Midfield. Are there any locks? See, the midfield's tough.
well, yeah. So you got Pogba and Conte out, which is tough.
Yeah,
I
they're
think,
usually the locks. So are there
I
any other
think-
locks? I think the 5 that I have up are locks.
I don't. Well, no. This is what we want, though. So I think Rabiot will play, but I personally wouldn't play him. But I think he will
Yeah.
be out there.
That's why we're friends.
Yeah. Chouameni at Real Madrid's been a boss. Camavinga, they're both at Real Madrid. They play together at Real Madrid.
Yeah. So
Camavinga's 19 years old, though.
I know it's
like
crazy. He doesn't
so.
always.
I think Chouameni might play before Camavinga, to be honest. And he wouldn't play there. Camavinga's going to be a step back. Yeah. Cool.
I think the gold shows up better.
I do like.
You want to put Nkunku in there, don't you?
Loveland Cook on the left there.
Let's put him in. Let's do it,
but
dude.
to be honest, I
you gotta
think
go.
no, I
with
think
that.
it'll be Dem. No, I think it'll be Dembele.
Did I
but,
spell it wrong? No, that's how you spell it, right?
It's
Yeah, there it is.
NKU. Yeah. Look at that, 96 right there, or 81. Okay.
I did the gold ones. I don't know what that means, but I think it just looks nicer. And then, all right, let's finish out the back.
Yeah.
This one's tough.
Yeah. So I think in the back, I think
Pavard?
I think Pavard will play on the right, and then I think this is a tough one. So everyone really likes Lucas Hernandez, but I like Teo Hernandez better.
See, I was going to say I like Kimpembe better.
Well, not at left back though.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, no, they play like wing back.
Wait, which Hernandez?
There's Lucas and Teo are brothers. They both made the team.
Yeah, but which
Lucas
one do
plays
you
for
like?
Bayern. Teo plays for AC Milan.
Yeah, but which one are you on board for?
I like Teo better than Lucas, but Lucas usually gets more love from the national team.
Wait, which
Like
is the
he's
one on
played
Bayern?
Lucas.
Okay, that's the one I know. I don't know the other guy.
Okay, Teo like captains AC Milan now. He's a boss.
Really?
Like yeah. Um, he's only 25. I think I saw him captaining the last game. He's only like 25. So I personally really like Teo there.
Okay, let's put Teo. It's funny they say Teo and not Theo.
Theo, yeah.
He's an
Teo
ugly
Hernandez.
motherfucker.
And then yeah, so in center then this is a tough one. I think Kempembe is probably better. I really like Saliba's just too young, but he's gonna be really good
See,
down the
I would
road.
go Kimbembe, but
Upamecano, what's his name? Upamecano.
uh
What I'm curious, what is Kempembe? So Kempembe is an 83. Look up Upamecano on Bayern. I want to see what he is.
yeah, I need a spell check on that one.
UPAME.
Yeah, I'm not I don't know what these ratings are because some of them are more than others.
Yeah, so he's rated higher than I don't know.
Well, his
The
gold one
gold
is
ones.
I don't know what the
The gold
golds
ones.
mean. His gold
The
is
gold's
82.
one lower than Kempembe.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm fine with Kempembe. Let's put Kempembe there.
I I honestly I don't even
He's
know.
older.
I
He's
just
older.
like
He's
his
got more.
I like Kimpembe's attitude. I think he's got a lot of fuck you in his play, and I like that, especially in a center back.
Yeah.
Because Varane, I feel like is really good, but
But he's soft.
he's soft. Yeah, he's soft. Let's be
He's
real.
soft.
He's soft. If you're going into a dark alley, Varane's not helping. Kimpembe's helping. That fool.
He's handing over his wallet in a second.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I like this.
I like it. I like it. Let me. I'll screenshot that real quick. Keep a record of that one. We're gonna get a real lesson on if we know what the fuck we're talking about or not.
I bet you this lineup that we just put out here for France will never exist in this World Cup.
Make us the coach. Come on.
I think this formation would be different too. I think it would be more
Yeah. No. The only. I mean, the question mark I have there is to be honest, I don't think Camavinga and Chouamani would both play. I think they're gonna put in a Rabiot or
yeah. I think it would
they're gonna put somebody in there. They'll have one of those guys.
I think something like this would be a little better. With maybe like these, yeah, maybe not 4-3-3, but yeah, some variation of that in the midfield.
Yeah, I think like they'll play like a Vera 2 or someone that's a little bit more attacking. Because I feel like Camavinga and Chouamani are great midfielders, but they're more holding midfielders. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that team though. Yeah, in this case, in this formation, I would swap Nkunku and Coman. I would swap Nkunku and Camavinga, and then swap Nkunku and Coman because I think Nkunku will play ahead of Coman. Like Coman will be a winger down the side.
Oh, you think so? Like that?
No, like put Coman on the right though. And actually, he likes coming off the left, doesn't he?
I don't know. He could go on either side. I feel like
He can go either side.
Yeah, he's
Like
so fast.
Nkunku's more of a forward. Coman's more of like a winger.
Yeah.
So I would see it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be this type of formation, but it would be cool.
Yeah.
And then we still left off guys like Fofana, Rabiot,
Yeah.
we mentioned Dembele, Griezmann. Like, they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, the other Hernandez. Yeah, they're stacked. Man.
There's so many variations. of
Konate, who
lineups
plays
they
for
can play.
Liverpool. Like they have every one of their players plays for this a top tier. Like I'm going through the list right now. The quote unquote worst team here as I go through. Well, Mandanda plays for Rennes in France, but he's 37. Literally, like, the quote-unquote worst team is either Areola on West Ham or Fofana on Monaco. And those are, like, good teams. Like, they're not, like, shitty teams, you know?
No,
those are the worst teams that they have players from.
They're deep.
They're very
deep. Without a doubt. And then the other team in the group that we expect to get second is Denmark. I feel like they're a solid team.
Yeah.
But if you look at their lineup or their squad versus this squad, it's just like, it's night and day.
Yeah, it is.
This team should be... I like this team because it has youth. It's not a bunch of old dudes, or old, relative term, but they have a good mix of young talent and veteran talent. We'll call it that. And Mbappe's in his prime.
How old do you think Eriksen is? A quick quiz question.
Eriksen?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 30.
Yeah, spot on.
Is he 30?
I imagine him being like 33 or something, but he's only 30.
I knew he wasn't like crazy old, but yeah, he looks and carries himself like he's older.
Yeah, he's mature.
And he had like a heart failure.
So maybe that's
you immediately think he's older. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So out of that group, you and I both have France coming out on top.
Yep.
And we have Denmark. I think we like that bet of them together getting out of the group. That is plus, what was it?
France and Denmark. That's
it's still minus 275? No way. Fuck. But if you do France first, Denmark second, it's minus 110. Damn, I feel like...
Yeah. Oh, that's even money there.
Heavy favorites.
Yeah.
Heavy favorites. All right.
I like that.
All right, so that's Group A to D.
Okay.
We can save the rest of the groups for next week. And we still have a few squads that have yet to be announced. But you want to do the Germany squad? You want to do that one next week?
No, we'll save it for next week when we get to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's segue to Premier League this week. Or no, trivia.
Trivia.
Let's do trivia.
Gotta hit some trivia.
Let's do
and
some
then then we'll look at our. Yeah, we'll do trivia and then we'll run through our picks and bets we like from the week for the Premier League before we get into our major World Cup betting phase.
All right. Any trivia question incorrect, you must drink. Any trivia question that you provide that the other person gets correct, you must drink.
You must drink.
All right. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll hit you with one. I think I have a couple. Yeah, I got a couple here. So this one is, I don't know how easy or hard this will be for you, but I'm wondering if you can name what you think are the top 5 most watched soccer events in the history of U.S. television. So this is all time.
Oh my God! Women's World Cup.
But of any soccer events, top 5 most watched. So these are going to be specific
Dude, this is a tough
games.
Yeah,
I know this is tough.
Brandy Chastain.
1999.
Is that the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's number 3.
That's number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was 18 million viewers.
USA England when we beat them 1-0?
No, it didn't make the list.
Didn't make it?
I think we tied that game. I think it was 1-1, right?
We beat them once.
Sure we beat them.
Sure we did. Shit, I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. One other one is also women's. So you got one of the 2 women's that's in the top 5. And it's actually number 1. surprisingly. But I actually remember watching this game, so I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I feel like everyone was watching that game.
I don't know. Which World Cup was it?
It was the 2015. The U.S. played Japan in the final. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I watched that one, sadly.
That was like I think it was like Wambach's last game. That was like when it was women's soccer. USA soccer was like at its peak, and we played them in the final.
Yeah, I did miss that one. So that's
all right. So there's 3 other in the top 5. So these are obviously not going to be U.S. women's. It isn't necessarily. So my hints are it isn't necessarily like national soccer. Like it could be Champions League or a different World Cup game. Like so, it's just soccer events. What were the most watched? I will give you the other hint though that 2 of them do involve Team USA.
I'm not gonna get it.
Okay.
I'm giving
number
up.
2. Number 2 is the USA Portugal game in 2014.
2014. Really?
Yeah. 18 million viewers.
Wow.
Number 5 is the USA Belgium game in 2014, if you remember that one. 17 million. Number 4 isn't USA at all. It's Argentina Germany in the final 2014.
What the fuck was happening in 2014? Viewers. You would think that more people would watch now than in 2014.
Exactly, right? But those are the records TV-wise.
That's crazy. Well,
maybe with all the streaming and shit now, it like the numbers are getting skewed, but it's yeah, I thought it was interesting. The women's U.S. soccer is the top dog for the most watched game.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah. Okay, I drank for that one.
Okay, so my follow-up question also involves television viewership. So, based off the last World Cup, so 2018, in general, the viewership for the World Cup far exceeds the Super Bowl, right? So the Super Bowl is like the biggest American sporting event, right? And it is watched internationally. So we always kind of think of that as sort of like the standard to compare everything against. What do you think the average viewership was throughout the whole World Cup final versus the average for the Super Bowl throughout the whole Super Bowl? Was it 3 times as much, 5 times as much, 7 times as much, or 10 times as much?
Oh my God. 5 times.
Damn it. How did you know that? Oh, you got it right.
Oh, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so the 2018 final, France against Croatia, had an average viewing audience. So they look at the whole span of the game, like how many people are watching. So the average was there was 517 million people watching at any one time. But over 1 billion people tuned in at some point during the game to watch. So over 1 billion total viewers. The for the U.S. it was around 100, or for the Super Bowl, it's around 100 million that watch like at any one time. So it's about 5. World Cup's about 5 times as much as the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, my last question, also to do with TV viewership. There is one event in the world, sporting event, that sees on average more viewers than the World Cup when it occurs. What do you think that event is? And I have a list of the top 10 here. So I'll tell you if what you guess is on the list.
I would guess.
But there's only one event that beats the World Cup.
Does the Olympics count, or does it?
The Olympics are number 4 for summer and number 5 for winter.
4 and 5.
Yeah. They have an average of 2 billion viewers across it. For both of them.
It's got to be a worldwide event. Don't tell me it's cricket.
I was shocked at this top.
Is it cricket?
Cricket is number 3.
Oh,
2.6 billion. The World Cup is number 2 at 3.3 billion. There's only one sporting event, and I was in shock when I saw this. Like, it's not something I would think could beat the World Cup.
it's not cricket?
Cricket's number 3. The Cricket World Cup is number 3. So these are like events, right? So like a tournament or whatever, or like a thing, like
Yeah.
a contest.
Well, it's not the Olympics and it's not a cricket event. I don't know what it would be.
The Women's World Cup is at number 6 at 1.1 billion.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's ahead of the Champions League. Champions League is number 8.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Super Bowl.
I would
Super
expect
Bowl.
the World Cup to be the biggest soccer event.
Super Bowl's number 9. The March Madness Final Four is actually number 10.
Really?
And then I don't know how but boxing is number 7. I don't know what that means, if it's like certain boxing events or whatever, but in general, boxing's number 7.
I am shocked I can't think of this, and it's not Olympics. And
Because
it's not
I wouldn't have
cricket.
thought of it either.
I mean, what
'Cause
else
I would
is
never
there?
fucking watch
What
this
else
shit.
is there?
I
It's
would ne-
not golf. It's not baseball. It like
What think of what are other like
F1?
these that type of thing. It's not F1, but what are those types of things
Monaco.
that's like what?
The Monaco Grand Prix.
No, it's not F1.
Okay.
But what is the type of thing that's like really big in Europe? You're probably not so into it. I'm not. But it's a really huge deal to people, and like they watch it, and boring as fuck.
I don't know. I thought cricket was the answer.
Tour de France
Oh, wow.
is the number 1 televised sporting event.
Dude, okay.
In the world.
My mother-in-law is crazy into cycling.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it.
They
but
watch
there's
all of it, and
it's
like
huge.
they'll be over. They were over, and like they would like put it on and stuff. And I'm just like, okay,
I don't care.
I get why you're interested in this, but this is such a fucking long ass race. Like, why is this so exciting?
And it's like, it's just, yeah, it's not exciting. Yeah,
Like, I'd rather watch golf.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's
Any day of the
crazy.
week.
That's number one.
That's number 3.5 billion. It edges out the World Cup by 200 million.
That's insane.
Yeah, I was in shock when I saw that.
That is insane. Wow.
That's all I got for trivia.
That was
so
a good
your
one,
turn,
though.
Dan.
That was a good one. So I drank one for that. I probably should drink more than that, but whatever. Okay, so my trivia questions are World Cup related.
Okay.
I got a few here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 countries that have won the World Cup. Can you name the 8?
Uruguay, Brazil, France, Italy, England.
England's a tough one. 1966. They have won.
Germany,
Germany, yes. 2 more.
Spain,
I'll give you a hint on the last one. Before you were born.
oh man,
I don't know how much that's going to help you, but
yeah. Oh man, I knew those 7, but um,
let me know if you need another hint.
give me 2 guesses.
I'll give you 2 guesses. You got everything else correct.
Argentina,
You got it. All right,
Yes.
you got it. Nice, nice. So that's one for me. Yeah. Surprising, only 8 countries have won.
Yeah.
So that's one of the bets for this year is a
Is whether or
country
not.
that has
Yeah.
not won before. And it's surprising that you're actually getting positive odds on that. I don't have it up in front of me, but
Positive on one of the
oh,
original eight winning.
yeah, like it's a favorite to have a country that has already won win. So
Oh,
here,
okay.
I had it. Let me see my one of like 50 windows. Let me find it. Here we go. Um, so yeah, it was
First time winner.
first time winner plus 250 for yes, minus 350 for no. So that means one of those 8 countries they think is going to win,
Yeah, I would go no.
which is pretty
I
wild.
mean,
So like the
I mean, I
countries that
want
are
I want the
no,
yes because we've got real money down on Portugal.
Portugal, like the ones that you think have a chance. So like Portugal, maybe Belgium,
Yeah,
um, but who else that hasn't
yeah.
won before? Like not many. Netherlands, maybe, but that's a long shot.
Like I think these are pretty shitty odds. Like it should be. I think it should be more plus odds for a new
Agreed.
winner.
It should be the odds
Yeah,
should be
like plus 500 or something at
closer
least.
to what the next. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so the record for most appearances in a World Cup final is 8. Do you know which country has the most
Final
final appearances? Not victories, appearances.
Brazil.
That would be my guess, but no. They are second with 7. This one surprised me.
Second with 7.
Yeah. This country is first with 8 appearances in the World Cup final.
Argentina.
No. Germany.
Uruguay. Germany. Okay. I was like Uruguay. Okay.
Germany. Germany has been in the final 8 times. They've only won 4. So
Damn.
they're 50-50 in the final. It's
Damn.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I wanted to ask this quest or to do these trivias is for this one. Wait, where is it? Let me find it. There is a country in the World Cup this year that has been in the World Cup before. It's not their first time, but have never scored a World Cup goal. So it's not going to be Qatar because they've never been in it before. It's not going to be some other small countries that have never been in it before. But what country is in the World Cup this year that has been in the World Cup before that has never scored a World Cup goal? Still looking for
Saudi,
the first one.
Saudi Arabia.
No. I'll give you a hint because this is a tough one. CONCACAF.
Ooh. Costa Rica.
No.
Canada.
Canada. Canada has never scored a World Cup goal.
Wow.
They're still looking for their first. I had to double check it.
Damn.
That was the one I was like, I need to fact check this.
Damn.
They have been in the World Cup only one other year. I think it was 1984.
And this year they won the group. They won the CONCACAF this year, right?
I know.
Okay.
So they're
Yeah.
looking for their first World Cup goal this year, and I think they're going to get it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let me double check. Where's the group at? Dude, they got a chance.
They have a chance to exit the group, I think.
They do, yeah.
Like, this could be huge for them. So, yeah, I didn't know that. And then, so this one is funny too. So this is going to be a tough one, but one country has been in the World Cup 8 times, has never advanced past the group stage. This country is not in this year's World Cup.
Never advanced past the group stage. China?
Good guess, but no. This is part of the EU.
Russia.
No. One more guess. One more guess.
Oh. Eight. They've been in it 8 times, which
Been in
is
it eight
that that
times.
that's like a span of 30 years.
The
So
last time they
they've been
were in it, though, 98.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's like a pretty perennial team. Um, Last time was 98. Uh,
I don't think you're going to get it. It's a tough one.
Hungary?
Good guess. Scotland.
Scott? Wow. Okay.
Scotland's been in the World Cup 8
Eight
times.
times?
Has never
Damn.
advanced past the first round.
8 times.
Yeah. I know.
That's a lot. Huh.
China was a good guess, though. So these are... China has never scored a goal in the World Cup either.
Okay.
But they're not in it this year. The countries that have never scored a World Cup goal but have been in it: Canada, China, Dutch East Indies.
The Dutch East Indies.
What? Trinidad and Tobago, and Zaire.
Okay.
All right, last one. There have been 4 World Cups where a team has won every single match. Now, most of these were before World War II, so I'm going to ignore those.
Okay.
Past the year 2000, so '02 onward, this century, was a team that won every single match. Can you name that team or country?
Brazil 02.
You nailed it. You got it. All right. I thought you would get that with that hit. Or no. That's not you. This one's me. Oh, we're right on track. Nice one. Yeah. That '02 Brazil team.
Stacked.
Stacked is an understatement. So this year, the Brazil team is the favorite to win. I don't think they're as stacked as that '02 team. They are very stacked. But
they're still stacked, but no, they're not like that team.
Do you think, like, if you, like, gun to your head, you had to pick a team to win this year, would you pick Brazil?
I would choose Argentina, I think.
You would choose Argentina over them. Interesting. I like that.
I don't like the fact that they have to get through. Like I was saying, I'm pretty sure the way the brackets line up, either of them have to get through the other to get to the final, and I don't like that part of it. So if like France or England have an easier, I think England has a really easy road. I'm pretty sure the way things stack up, like
unless we win the group,
unless we win the group, but. Yeah, taking that part into account, maybe France or England, but I think I would choose Argentina over Brazil if you put them on equal footing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I would begrudgingly pick Brazil. I think this is a good spot for Brazil where in the past it was like, hey, Neymar's our guy. But if Neymar's your best player, you're not winning. And I feel like he's in a good spot this year to where he's not the main focus. Or he doesn't need to be the main focus. They have so many other guys that can help out, and he's just like, oh shit, they also have Neymar who's still really good. Instead of like force feeding him to try to be the man. So I actually really like their team this year, and I'm scared to say it, but
even when Rafinha starts, you like him?
I don't like Rafinha. I think Rafinha needs to like tweak his. He needs to just turn it down like 2 notches. You know what I mean? It's like this one goes to 11. It's like you need to be at like 8. You know, he makes some great ass move and then
try
he'll
to do
just
too
blast
much,
it into like the upper deck, and you're like, oh man, that looked so good until the last second, and then
That one would have been sick.
yeah, that would have been so sick. Oh my god. Yeah, you need to just get a little more control. But I like their squad. I like their squad. And I think they have a good mix of veterans and young guys.
Yeah.
I like that too.
No, yeah, I think they have a good team. I feel like in years past they've picked more of like the local guys than they should, and I feel like they didn't do that this year. So
Yeah.
I like the team they chose and they're coming through with.
That's the thing that's shitty about international is I feel like there's so much politics involved. I feel like that was the problem with Argentina as well. Argentina would throw out these teams, and you're like, dude, how is Sergio Aguero not playing in this game?
Yeah.
Like when he was peak Sergio Aguero, like him and Dzeko on Man City, and like he can't get on the field for you guys.
Yeah, you're playing Higuain over him.
Not even, dude. Sometimes it wasn't even him. It was forget his name, but like it was like, dude,
Palacios or whatever.
Yeah, like you can't be like bringing him on in the 80th minute, and like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much politics involved in international that kind of sucks and kind of gets in the way sometimes. But
I know we talked about it last time how there was that rumor about the Brazilian team is like literally getting paid for by sponsors.
That has to happen more than we know about.
Team. Yeah, way more than we know about. To be like, hey, this guy needs to make the team for us to sell shoes, you know? And they throw fucking whatever, 20 million to the fucking football administration in Brazil or whatever, you know? It's like, yeah, doesn't matter to them. They're like, yeah, we'll choose, you know.
I'm sure that happens.
We'll choose Marcelo, even though he's not playing, you know. And I'm sure that shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, or it's like, hey, we have the World Cup this year. We gotta have somebody who plays in Brazil in our Brazilian league on the fucking team.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, we're just showing that like our league isn't as good or whatever. I don't know. Like,
exactly.
They would do that. They would force some local in there that you're like, dude, he's not as good as the other guys.
Dude, that's the shit that was probably happening with the U.S., man. Some of those teams in the past, man. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna get the MLS guys.
Thank God Tim Ream made it. Jesus Christ.
No.
Honestly, yeah, I would have rioted. I would have like I was in a dark place, and it was all because Tim Ream wasn't on the team.
It's because we didn't have the best team. We thought we weren't gonna have the best team going out there.
Yeah, just put the best players on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot better now.
So yeah, I like our coach so much better now.
Yeah, I know.
So much better. I was like, this fucking guy, he's such an idiot. Now I'm like, all right, I'm on board. You got me on.
It was all lip service for the real thing coming through.
Yeah, you got me.
And you're spot on. It is all politics, man.
Yeah.
It's not even the coaches, like even how they have to like address the
that's
media.
Another American player.
Huh?
I said Ream, so that's another American player. So
right.
It out. Yeah, we're gonna hit 40.
All right. Yeah, I'm on my 5th beer here.
Let's do our picks for the Premier League.
Yeah,
we'll close it out.
Let's go through Premier League. Let's finish with some bets for the weekend.
Oh, okay. You want to do Premier League
first?
Yeah,
let's start. Yeah, let's start there. No, we can do the. Let's check in on our bets from last weekend.
Okay.
So we had 5 bets from last weekend for the league. So we went with Man U straight up to win. Mistake. We went with the Chelsea Arsenal over 2.5. Mistake.
Oh my God! Can you believe that? Jesus.
We went with the Leicester underdog win. Smart call. Plus 200. We won that one. And then we went with the 4-leg favorite parlay. I think we got a little aggressive with the 4 teams. Maybe we hold it to 3 next time.
That was probably dumb.
But yeah, we went with like the Man U, Newcastle, Liverpool, West Ham to win, plus 1,500 odd parlay, which obviously didn't come through. We had 2 of the 4, so Newcastle and Liverpool came through, but West Ham and Man U didn't.
Man U, that turd What
So
was
some
that?
lessons learned there, but overall we put in, what is that? We bet 115. We got 75 back for the last 20 bucks. So not the end of the world, but I think some lessons learned. I think particular with the 4 leg favorite parlay,
Too many. Too many.
too many. Let's hold it to 3. I think in the
Unless we're
future.
putting like $10 on there.
I mean, the reason we did that is we won the 3 leg favorite parlay the week before. We're like, let's make it 4, but it gets really tough when you get to that level.
Yeah, you're like, okay, pick these teams. Like, who screws us? Like, how do these teams not win? And then
Exactly.
Man United just lays an egg out of nowhere.
Yeah. So, all right. So Pickems. So first game on the list is Man City hosting Brentford. So big caveat going into this. We already talked about it earlier, but this is the last week of league games before the World Cup. So we have this big question mark overhanging everything. Are the stars going to play? Are there going to be people that come up with the flu or an ankle tweak right before this game, can't play, whatever it is? They broke a fingernail playing Call of Duty, whatever it is that they're going to come out with to not play. There's going to be something, but I still went with the Man City 3-0 beatdown over Brentford.
Yeah, let me pull mine up. I think I chose. Yeah, exact same 3-0.
3-0. And I also chose this as my
You locked it.
2x locked in.
Okay, so I did Liverpool over Southampton as my lock 3-0.
Okay.
Did you
I
pick?
went 3-1
Okay,
in that one.
yeah. I mean,
Similar though.
that's probably a better guess because Liverpool gives away one at least every week.
Find a way.
So yeah, that's a good call there. But the thing is with Liverpool is Mo Salah is not playing in the World Cup, so you know he's playing hard.
Yeah.
Um,
That's true. I forgot about that. That's
they have a
big.
bunch of other dudes that are playing in the World Cup, but at least
Yeah.
Mo Salah is going to be, he's locked in.
Yeah. No, that's a good
What'd
call.
you do for Bournemouth Everton? Because I struggled with this one.
I went with it's actually not an upset, but I went with Everton winning on the road 2-1. They're
God, we're so stupid. I did the same thing. I did the
Oh my
same thing.
God. They're actually the favorite barely, but only at plus 160 versus plus 180. So pretty much even odds
Okay.
on the win there.
That was the one where we didn't talk about snubs. He was hurt, so like I kind of get it, but like Calvert-Lewin, I think he's good enough to make that team.
Yeah. I think he could have given Wilson definitely a run for his money, but he's just been too hurt. Hasn't
Yeah.
played.
Yeah. Okay, we talked about Liverpool. Uh, I hate myself every time I pick a draw, but Nottingham Forest at home for Crystal Palace. I put 1-1 draw.
Me too.
No way! Oh my God. So ridiculous.
Oh,
Every
man.
time we do the same thing, I'm like, well, that's fucked. That's not going to end up that way now.
Drink. Oh man. All right, so the next one is Spurs hosting Leeds. I think this is going to be a sick game.
This is going to be a sick game. I wanted to pick Leeds. I really
I
did.
know, me too.
I
wanted
really
to.
did. But now that Tottenham's starting to get some dudes back, I'm like,
I know.
if
Nah,
they would have played 2 weeks ago, I probably would have taken Leeds. But I picked
Yeah.
Tottenham to win 2-1.
I picked Tottenham 3-2.
Yeah. I think
Another
that's,
high scoring game. I feel like Leeds is just born for these high scoring games. So
even in that, yeah, because they have some lapses that are just atrocious.
because they try to get forward so much. I love it. It's like it's the most fun type of soccer to watch.
Yeah.
But they leave themselves open for sure.
They do. And okay, real quick. Their corner kicks twice. They only scored on one off of it, but
Yeah.
Tyler Adams is the only dude back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't have like he's a great defensive midfielder, you can't have him be your only dude back. Like, at least have like 2, 3 guys. It's not like the game was out of hand and you like needed a goal in the last minute. It was the middle of the game and they were doing that. Like Tyler Adams at midfield and all other 10 dudes are like standing in the box. It's like this is not gonna work. Like, oh my god. So yeah.
That is the epitome of Leeds right there.
So bad. Okay, West Ham is at home versus Leicester. What'd you do?
I went with the 2-2 draw.
Okay, we're finally different. Good.
Okay.
I picked West Ham to win 2-0.
Oh, 2-0.
Yeah.
Really? You think Madison's not going to play? You think?
I don't know what I was thinking, but
Okay.
I also picked up Skamaka on my fantasy, so I'm hoping I can parlay that into some good juju.
I wouldn't be mad at it. West Ham's my darling, but I went semi against them here with the 2-2. So
Yeah.
I think Leicester's been playing really well. This is the we were talking earlier. This is a perfect example of where I kind of made my picks and I was like, oh, but some guys might not play, and then I didn't change anything anyway.
Oh,
But
see,
like if
look at
Madison
me.
doesn't play, or some of these other guys that might what's a face that plays in defense now is on Belgium. So if some of these guys don't play, I think it could be a different story. But
Yeah.
the teams as I imagined them, I think it'd be a draw. On the road, Leicester playing well, but West Ham at home.
So I just realized this has to do with the fact that we've been streaming for 2.5 hours almost, and drinking beers for most of it. But technical difficulty, we had the trivia banner up this whole time we were talking about. So that is a drink for a technical difficulty.
Technical difficulty.
Okay, this
Yeah,
is the
we
game
love
of the week.
talking about soccer.
Game of the week right here. Newcastle at home for Chelsea. Now we kind of chatted about this before we got on here, but I picked Newcastle.
Newcastle's a strong favorite, so they're a plus 130 to win, still at plus odds, but 90 points better than Chelsea at plus 220 to win on the road. So
Okay,
Newcastle's
I'm
a pretty
pretty much on the line then. I picked 2-1.
pretty heavy favorite. I went again with another 2-2 draw, just like the last game.
It's a good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Wolves are at home versus Arsenal. Arsenal hasn't been quite as sharp as they were at the beginning of the year, but I still picked them to win 3-0.
I went 3-1. I think Wolves is starting to find some scoring here and there. But they're 3 weeks ago, they're going to score 0. But
Yeah.
I think they're putting some stuff together now. But yeah, it's still going to be a dominant win from Arsenal, I think.
Brighton at home versus Villa. I picked Brighton 2-0.
I went 2-1.
2-1?
Brighton.
Yeah. And then Fulham at Man United. With no Mitrovic, I can't see them winning. Even if United lays an egg, I think they still win. So I picked 2-1 United.
I went 2-1 United as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they'll play tough. They'll play tight in the midfield. They're going to play tight in defense, but they're going to struggle to score. And yeah. 2-1's a fair.
Cool. All right, so
All
those are
right.
the picks.
Yeah, so
do you have any bets you wanna look
yeah,
at?
let's get down a few bets here. Anything that we like. So there was looking at the full list here. I like the idea. We didn't do it last week, but I like the idea of doing maybe like a 2-leg underdog parlay.
Yeah.
I like the idea of doing maybe a 3-leg favorite parlay, and then maybe we choose an over under again or something like that. So from an underdog perspective, let's see, anything that sticks out. Nottingham at home is an
I
underdog.
saw that too, plus 210. I'd be willing to put that in an
They
underdog.
and coming off a win over Tottenham in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, I just can't take the Carabao Cup seriously.
I know,
The
but
rosters that roll out there just
I know, but they kind of got, I don't know. There's some juju coming off of that.
Well,
Um,
so we talked about Newcastle Chelsea. If we put Chelsea as a winner with
yeah,
somebody else, we could get pretty good odds.
yeah, Chelsea to win. Chelsea Nottingham to win would get us plus 900.
You kind of moved away. What was the team you
Sorry,
said?
Chelsea Nottingham to win gets us plus 900.
Not bad.
Chelsea Aston Villa to win on the road at Brighton.
I don't like Villa over Brighton. I think Brighton's
Leicester
too
to win
strong.
at the road on the road at West Ham. You didn't like that one.
Honestly, I'd be
Um,
more willing to go with that one.
um, Bournemouth to win at home against Everton. It's technically an underdog. It's pretty much even odds.
Yeah, I don't feel confident about that, but if we just sprinkled a little bit of money on there,
Plus
might
it's
work.
plus eight. So Bournemouth Chelsea is plus 800. Chelsea. Uh, sorry, what was it? Chelsea Leicester is plus 900.
I like that. Chelsea Leicester. Let's do that.
Okay,
I think that's a possibility.
I think it's a possibility. I'm a little hesitant on the Leicester one, but
Yeah. But West Ham hasn't been playing that great either though. And they're
Leicester.
they're kind of in flux with like
Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. It's actually plus 1,000 odds. Leicester Chelsea's plus 1,000.
I like that because West Ham is not in a great place right now. They're talking about firing their coach, bringing in
Yeah.
Tuchel. Like, I could see that happening. Even though I picked him in my Pickems, I was just trying to be different. But like
Plus, so Chelsea
with
at
those
plus
type of odds, I think
220.
that's a good bet.
And then we're gonna go Leicester to win at plus 250 is plus, it's great, plus 1,020. That comes through. Okay, so there's an underdog parlay.
Yeah, I like
How
that
about
one.
on the favorite side? So what are our strong favorites we like? So we've got Man City hosting Brentford. We've got Liverpool hosting Southampton. Got Tottenham hosting Leeds. We've got Brighton hosting Aston Villa. Those are really the big favorites.
Hmm.
Man U's at a plus one or minus 120 versus Fulham.
I mean, we talked about it. I just don't feel super confident this week with like not knowing how teams are going to come out days before the World Cup.
Yeah,
But I think I think a Leeds over is probably a good bet.
I like that.
Whatever Leeds is doing, just take the over.
And Tottenham scores a lot too. It leads Tottenham over. I like that. I think it's over 3. So we need 4 goals out of the game. But I could see a 3-1,
Yeah. I
three
mean,
two.
even if 3-0 we get a push, right?
Minus 105. All right, how about a favorite parlay? Anybody?
I just don't feel confident this week. I mean, yeah, there's a like Man City
Yeah. Like what if you
and
take Man City and
Liverpool,
Liverpool?
but I don't know if it's worth it if somebody lays an egg, just like Man United did last week. I just don't think this is the week to do a favorite parlay.
Okay.
If I had to, gun to my head, I would say Liverpool, Man City, but you're not going to get good odds on that. I think Brighton smashes Villa. Honestly, they're minus 115. I think that number should be higher. So if
Really?
I had to make like a smart like odds bet, I would say Brighton at minus 115. Hit that all day.
Oh, you would just hit them straight up.
Yeah,
You're saying?
yeah.
Okay.
I
If
think
you do
that's
Brighton, Liverpool, Man City, it only gets you to plus 170.
that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy that it only gets you that high. Um, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Those three, or
Lock
just
it in.
Brighton straight up?
Lock it in. Yep. Those three.
All right, we'll do the three-way favorite. We're gonna do Brighton at -115. We're hitting Liverpool at -385. We're hitting Man City at -675. That gives us a combined +170. All right, so we got 3 bets down. So we got Chelsea, the underdog parlay, Chelsea to win, Leicester to win at +1,020 odds.
I like
We
that.
have the Leeds Tottenham over 3 goals at even odds, essentially -105. And then we have the 3-way favorite parlay, Brighton at -115, Liverpool 385, Man City 675 for +170 total. How do we want to put our money down this week? 40 across the board, less on the underdog parlay. Maybe 20, 40, 40.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be $100 down.
100 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 on the underdog at +1,000 odds.
Yeah.
And then 40 on the 2 more even odds.
Yeah.
Bets.
I think that's a good way to break it up.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right. And then last but not least, we got to quickly go through our prop bets. So our options this week, we missed this last week, but our options this week are choosing Brentford on the road at Man City, choosing Southampton on the road at Liverpool, choosing Leeds on the road at Tottenham, choosing Leicester on the road at West Ham, which we already like, choosing Wolves at home against Arsenal, choosing Aston Villa on the road at Brighton, or Fulham at home against Man U. And I'll let you get the first pick here.
Oh man, I feel like that's giving me the first pick is just a gift because I feel like it's got to be the Leicester one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, everything else is much harder.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
There's gonna be
with,
one. There's gonna be one, but which one?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with. And it's hard to do it because it's going against our bet, but
It's all right. Hedge it.
nah, I'm gonna go with the Leeds. I could see Leeds tying that game.
Nice.
I'm gonna go
I like
Leeds.
it. I like it.
All right, so we got Austin, got Leicester at West Ham, and got Leeds at Tottenham. All right. Mark it down.
All right.
Where are we at? 2 hours, 33 minutes.
Dude, every time we do this, it gets longer and longer,
How does it happen, man?
which is crazy.
How we talk this much?
It's crazy. I don't know. And we only did half the groups. Imagine if we did all of them.
That's insane, man.
Also, did you know Wilfred Nanto or whatever from Leeds is Italian?
He's Italian? That's
He's
awesome.
Italian. I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that. That's dope.
Yeah, a little fun fact for you.
Dude, he had the assist of the week.
Dude, great sub. Halftime bringing that fool in.
Dude,
Honestly,
killed it.
he did a great job. I fucking am so happy that they won that game.
I know.
So
The second I watched it, I was like, I texted you, right? I was like, you have to watch this.
it's so awesome that you watched it. Yeah, I remember I was out doing something. I can't remember what it was, but I came back and because you texted me, I probably would have just watched the highlights if you didn't text me. But because you texted me, I was like, I gotta watch this game.
It's funny because I think I only texted you like you need to see the game, and I almost wrote you need to watch the whole game, but I don't think I actually
you
wrote
texting
it.
me was enough to be like, I need to watch this. I need to watch something.
It was awesome, man. All right, well, I got half a beer left, I'm
I
ready to go
got
out chugging if
I
you
got
are.
like a quarter left. So cheers to you. Look at you. You pre-gamed and you showed out for the show. Look at you.
Yeah, man, nine beers deep. Go out with a bang.
Oh my God, 9 beers. You're talking way too fluently for 9 beers.
All right, round two next week.
Hell yeah, we'll do those other groups. We'll lay out the lineups for the big countries, and yeah,
We'll drink 9 more beers.
I think the next groups have some upset potential in them.
Yeah,
Less
there's gonna be
so than
some
these ones. A to
a
D,
little
I
bit.
feel like a lot of chalk. I mean, we'll see, but seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, a little bit more exciting than the back half of the table. So,
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
all
find
right.
out. But
Until
all right,
then,
man. Cheers, dude.
cheers.